Discovery.
Hello and welcome to Cutting Through the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, and as always I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
And this week we're talking about the Siberian Well to Hell.
The well to hell!
Does sound pretty metal.
It does, to be fair. It's a hole to hell in Siberia.
Of all places.
Yeah. Here's a fun fact at the top of the show. I've been dying to tell you this all week. That came up in my research. The first Cybertronian settlers...
Cybertronian?
Yeah, who landed on Earth.
You mean Transformers?
Yeah, the first Transformers landed in Siberia, and hence that's why it's called Siberia.
So they just claimed it for themselves?
It was named by the Cybertronians.
Seems a bit rude considering we're already here.
That's a fact. Factual information. Proper research over here. Don't know what you two fuckers were doing with your research.
We weren't watching Transformers.
Siberia, Cybertron.
I think it's very presumptuous of the Transformers to turn up and just name part of our planet after them.
Why is it presumptuous? They're like 50-foot tall killer robots from space.
Yeah, but we're already here.
Yeah, but we're fucking tiny little flesh bags.
And when did they show up?
It was hundreds of years ago. Many years ago.
So you didn't cover that part in your meticulous research.
Where's your fact of the week? You haven't got any facts, see?
No.
I've got plenty of facts. Fucked up facts.
Facts.
No, because I've been running around in the woods shooting people with paintballs all day.
And I've been doing research for the fucking podcast.
You've been watching Transformers.
So who gets a badge? I get a badge. Would you like to introduce the show, Ben?
I've already done that.
No, I mean, you know, the bit I mean at the start where we tell people how the show goes.
Oh, that bit.
Yeah, that bit.
All right.
Mister, I've already done it.
I'd introduce
To be fair, I can literally visibly see the paintball bruises covering Ben's upper body. No, he's not shirtless.
I can be.
We don't record in the nude.
I can be.
Always. It's on special occasion.
Christmas party, possibly, that happened. I remember it's a little hazy.
Is that the one where you claim to have been abducted by aliens?
That's
But
the one.
instead you just had sex with a gay man?
No, I just got drunk and fell down and lost 3 hours of time. But I'm claiming it was aliens.
I can't always get confused as to the bit where your bum hurt when you woke up. Did we have that bit, or is it part of the real story?
We edited that bit.
Oh, we had it. Sorry. I'm starting to lose the lines between our comedy creations and reality. It's finally happened.
I'm still going for an introduction though.
Well, okay. Well,
Anyway, yes.
so yeah, tell the dear listener how it goes.
We usually start with a bit of weird news that we found on the internet this week. And because the world's a fucked up place, and we like to celebrate that. This will take us about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, depends how long we need a slash.
How long until we need a slash?
Yeah, it's usually the key to stop weird news. We need a toilet break.
That's very true.
And then we'll skip on to the main thrust of the episode.
And we'll talk about a hole to hell.
Yes. Well, because we haven't been able to get away from this fucking weekend's events, a certain wedding that happened.
There was a wedding?
It was a royal wedding, and it was really annoying because I thought I'd missed it all. Turned the TV on at 4 o'clock for the FA Cup final. No, there was an hour of fucking highlights.
Oh.
Yep.
Can I just paint a picture for you? Because I have a bad back, which on one hand is bad, but on the other hand has been very good, because my lady and her children went to her mother's for this weekend, and because of the bad back, I couldn't go, could I? So I just been at home.
Chilling in the sun.
Relaxing. While that wedding was on, it was on the TV. I will admit that it was in the background, but I was lying on the sofa reading David Icke's classic
Saint Ike.
Children of the Matrix, Saint Ike. Yeah, it's so weird, there's this royal wedding happening sort of vaguely in the background, and I'm reading about... So I learned that George Bush is Prince Charles's 13th cousin.
Could be.
According to Ike.
Apparently a lot of them are related to the Queen, aren't they?
Well,
The
yeah.
presidents.
So I was learning about
Apparently
that.
Obama.
All right.
Apparently every president, according to the Ike
Yeah.
Meister, Saint Ike, Ikey baby.
Did a bloke down the pub tell him that though?
No, it was like an 8-year-old girl, wasn't it?
What, told him that?
Recently she did a study.
A genealogy
Yeah.
thing.
And she figured out that all but sort of 2 of the presidents were related to the Queen.
Apparently, it all traces back to one particular royal family, the Menahanaga.
The what?
Say what?
Somebody else is going to have to Google that because I don't know how to say it, but it
The
begins with an M.
Merovingians.
Might be it. Sounds familiar.
That's something to do with the bloodline of Christ as well.
Oh, okay.
The last of them were allegedly killed sort of Middle Ages, but
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's just how I enjoyed the wedding. I was doing the research, putting in the hard work again, trying to get through that bastard book 2 pages at a time, and then I have to put it down, honestly. There's so much in every sentence, you're just like, what? And he says it's so blasé.
Royal family, lizards.
Yeah. So, anyway, sorry.
I'm slightly concerned that you're taking the word of an 8-year-old girl on this genealogy research.
Well, she presented it to the world. She was on, like, Jimmy Kimmel and everything.
Oh, alright. So she knows what she's on about then.
She's legit. She's more legit than us, I
That's
take it.
probably
She's,
true.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
she's done her
Well,
homework.
definitely.
Yeah, I'd say so. Without
Anyway.
even having read the paper. So yeah, should we do the news?
Yeah, this is from the Daily Star on Sunday, one of our favourite...
That's a Daily Sport you're thinking of.
well, Daily Star's just as fun.
Yeah, they're all fucking...
Yeah.
sick.
Meghan Markle related to Jack the Ripper suspect as shock info services before wedding. So yeah, I believe it's H.H. Holmes, who was America's first serial killer. She is some distant relation. Oh, fucking Nigel Farage is in this fucking article. Cunt.
Well, I'm confused because I was... Hang on. The lady who's just married Prince Harry, Meghan, she's related to...
A suspect.
In the Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Wow.
A cousin says their ancestor is the man dubbed America's first serial murderer, H.H. Holmes. That's a future episode. He had a murder castle. It was fantastic.
Oh.
A murder
Was it?
hotel.
Was it? Not for the people who were...
So he was
taken
meant to
there.
be Jack the Ripper?
There's some relative of H.H. Holmes has come out and he's basically trying to get a bit of publicity for the fact he's related to his ancestor, going, oh yeah, he was Jack the Ripper, he was in London at the time. Utter bullshit, completely different MOs. It's
MOs?
Modus operandi. The way you do
Science
stuff.
officer. You know that.
That's it, yeah.
The way you do stuff. I mean, Jack the Ripper was effectively a frenzied butcher, and Holmes gassed people. It's
Different.
completely different.
Yeah.
So, in criminology terms, bullshit.
Still
But
quite killy.
it's very killy.
Yeah.
It's very killy. But
So it's not
they
out
not-
of the realms of possibility.
Do they not tend to change up their methods?
well, I mean, why would you? I mean,
Fun.
I suppose the acid bath killer
you know, it's
is not going to branch out into...
Unless
tickling
he,
people to death.
Yeah.
unless he doesn't want to be, if he's like, well, I'm known for putting people in acid baths. If I push this bird down the stairs, they won't blame me.
Ah,
Yeah.
Because, not all kills
in
are
a
in
phantom stair pusher.
Yeah, it's not the same ring to it though, has it?
the phantom stair pusher.
Or the tickle killer. Just it's not right, is it? You know, known as that. BTK,
Find, torture, kill.
he wrote in a list, because he didn't like being called BTK after a while, and he wrote a list of names of the police telling them how to refer to him. I think one of them was like the Phantom Garrotter or something like that.
It's incredibly egotistical, though, isn't it,
Oh, he was just a twat.
to do some serial killing and then just start writing to the newspapers and stuff like. It was funny how he got caught, though. His arrogance is what caught him.
Yeah, it was.
He
Yeah, and
like,
the fact he was sending stuff to the police.
yeah, he asked them, if I send a police disc, a computer disc, if I send a floppy disk, is it traceable? And the police were like, no.
Why would you ask the police?
Who told you that? Don't be daft. Send us 20 floppy disks.
Why would you ask the police? If I send you a floppy disk, can you trace me? Oh, yeah, future episode.
Definitely. Sorry, I lost the ability to speak and we're only 10 minutes in.
Oh, fantastic.
That's looking good.
That's looking promising.
And I haven't consumed any alcohol or anything. That's probably what's wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, a cousin says their ancestor is the Manchester.
Their ancestor.
Their Manchester is the man dubbed America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes. His real name was Herman Webster Mudgett. The doctor was named by experts as Jack the Ripper, who killed and mutilated at least 11 women, and that's debatable. Lawyer Jeff Mudgett, who is the 8th cousin of Meghan, claims his great-great-grandfather was hotel owner and medic Holmes, who in 1893 was based in Chicago for the World's Fair. He famously committed a series of grisly killings once fair visitors had checked into his factory of death.
Wow.
And his body count totaled more than 200 victims.
Wow. The factory of death? Why would anyone go there?
Well, he didn't know it was a factory of death.
Oh, I was going to say, if there was a sign on the top that said, Factory of Death,
You wouldn't book him for a stay, would you?
it would be hard to get me in there. And I'm not the brightest of guys, so I'm very easily led. And I lead very easily, which is why I'm the leader of my own cult. I haven't mentioned it for a while.
No, you haven't.
How's it going, Gaz?
Slowly. Slowly.
How slowly?
Slowly.
That compounded some third world shitholes that looking too likely in the near future then.
No. No, I think we might have to get a council flat.
That's how many people you can fit in kind of court. You can all fit
One
in
bedroom.
A bedsit, I think, will suffice. Currently. But we are looking to project into growth in the future.
Right.
Yeah, I think I need to go back and design a more simple pyramid scheme, cult. Yeah, so I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, please do that. Allegedly, I'm going to add the words allegedly, Holmes visited London at the time of the Ripper killings. We did a study with the FBI, CIA and Scotland Yard regarding handwriting analysis. Turns out he was Jack the Ripper. Just for some handwriting. Who knew?
But I've heard, though, over the years, and one of the things I've watched or listened to, that handwriting studies tends to have been proved to be bollocks.
Yeah, pretty
As a
much.
sign. Well, I think they can match, is this person's handwriting, but that whole thing of being able to read your personality through your handwriting has been proven to be cockwash.
Yeah.
Like most things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, when I was on the davidicke.com website, it was a bit of a David Icke weekend, to be honest. I did see that one of the main stories currently as we record is David Icke sits down with David Okora.
Oh, God.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
I don't know him.
Derek Okora.
Derek.
Oh, Derek Okora.
Yeah.
You know who he
The
is.
medium.
That's him.
Cockhead.
The one who was screaming out, oh God, what was it? Oh, Fanny loves Dick when they were doing the, they were doing the Dick Turpin or something like that, and he got in contact with this woman, and I'm going to say got in contact, with quotation marks, and she was like, he was just like, he got possessed by her, again, my own quotation marks added, and was sort of screaming out, oh, was it Mary loves Dick? Mary loves Dick, that was it.
So he became a cock-crazed whore from
Called
the...
Mary, yeah, from the 1800s.
He embodied the spirit of a cock-hungry whore.
Yeah.
Now let's break that down for a minute, because I don't think I'm putting words in your mouth, my good co-host, to say that we all know it's bollocks and that he's just making up as he goes because he's a charlatan playing off people's weaknesses and tragedies and just making shit up. He's an improviser. He chose that.
To do that.
He made those choices as a performer. I'm going to be a cock-hungry whore called Mary.
Yeah.
Mary loves Dick! And he was Mary loves Dick!
He was just screaming
Going around
And
grabbing
you know-
all the cocks and
and you know,
the cameraman and everything.
he had a hard on while he was doing it.
Yeah.
You
Just an
know that.
excuse, he could grab some cocks.
Yeah.
I know a little factoid about Mr. Okora. He was done for drink driving, so the only spirits he sees are the ones that sit behind the bar.
Hey. Is that allegedly or is
No,
that
that was done for
that?
drink driving, yeah.
You cock, Mr. Okora.
Didn't see that one coming, did he?
Yeah. I suppose there's no... Why would the spirits help him with
Sam didn't help him with that one, so I used to have to fucking watch that Most Haunted with an X. I used to fucking hate it. He was on that. And it was... Sam, what they're trying to tell you, Sam? That was his spirit guide, was Sam, and I was just sat there, just going, have we got to fucking
So he's
watch
got
this?
like a sidekick, a spirit
Yeah, he's got a spirit
sidekick.
sidekick. His spirit guide. And he's just like, and I'm just sat there like, are you actually fucking buying this? Oh. Didn't last long.
People do though, don't they? Why did it
Oh,
tends
those
to be
people are fucking
females?
idiots.
They'll believe anything, won't they?
People
You
want
see-
to believe, don't they?
Yeah, but they'll believe that. But when we start talking about aliens or the second shooter in Las Vegas, and people get all fucking funny with you and all socially awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's fine to believe in David Okora talking to the cock-hungry whore and Sam. What's that, Sam? She wants another dick.
Every time I mention fractional reserve banking, every people just blank me. They don't want to know.
That's what's wrong with the world, Mike, isn't it? Not enough people want to have heavy technical economic
That's it.
discussions in
Yeah.
tight social situations.
They want to know what their
know.
fucking dead nan's up to.
Oh God.
Here, Sam, do you know about fractal reserves? Sam says, shut up, you're boring.
So anyway, yeah, back to the news article, and yeah, basically she's related to H.H. Holmes. I'm not going to go along with the Jack the Ripper
Well, I
thing.
like this bit.
Who
He
says so?
I don't think the Queen knows. I think the Queen can easily top Trump fucking Jack the Ripper.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? People in her family, what they've done.
If you totted up the murder done in the name of her relatives
That's
over
it.
the years, I think it's safe to say they're beating
About
Mr.
half the
Ripper.
globe. Most of India.
Well,
Yeah, but them railroads, Mike.
didn't build themselves.
Nope, they certainly didn't.
Neither did them palaces. And they were going to mine all that gold and all them diamonds, were they? Well, not without our supervision.
They did a good point.
Exactly. When I say supervision, I mean a gunpoint. I was just trying to dress it up.
In a posh red coat and a nice big white hat.
I must admit, I'd put in quite a
See, that's the thing. That's the secret to the British. See, we basically conquered and enslaved a large portion of the world, but we did it dressed so wonderfully
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
and so spiffingly that everyone was just like, "All right then." Because you
Well,
look
not
lovely.
everybody, but
Well, we had to shoot a few. We had to drive a few families off cliffs.
starve a few more.
Well,
Do you know why
bit of
we wore
genocide
red?
here and there. Why did we wear red?
Because if you were wounded, you couldn't see how bad it was. It's a psychological thing. If you had a white coat and you were shot, then you would see a lot of blood. If you're wearing a red
You'd
coat,
pussy out a bit. Right?
you don't see the blood
Oh,
on a red
see.
coat.
Oh. And they do look
So why did
spiffy
the French
as
wear blue?
Well,
Because they're fucking...
because they used to like to
I don't
surrender.
know, I was going to make a joke and I lost it.
Because they're cheese-eating surrender monkeys.
I guess. Blue cheese.
Yeah. You know,
They bleed blue cheese.
maybe.
I did read also in the David Icke book today that the royals back in the day did used to actually have blue blood because they're inbred with the Anunnaki.
That's it, yeah.
So that's where maybe that's where the phrase comes from.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just something the bloke down the pub told him.
Well, somebody down the pub told him a lot about the Anunnaki and who they like to have sex with. So
Yeah, apparently H.H. Holmes, I'm not going to go for the Jack the Ripper thing. I think that's just him trying to cash in on his
summary-
ancestors' memory.
in summary, Prince Harry has just married a woman related to someone who could possibly have been Jack the Ripper.
Allegedly.
What's so?
He was certainly a serial killer.
Well, they do say psychopathy is genetic. I don't know if they say that. I just said that they said that they say that. I don't know if they do.
Who are these they you speak of?
Doctors, psychologists. So maybe it is passed down. Maybe she will one day stab the Queen to death. Maybe it will be awoken in her. Maybe she's a sleeper agent. Maybe she's MK Ultra.
Manchurian candidate.
That type of thing. Yeah.
But she's going to have to go through quite a few of them for Harry to get the throne, because he's like fifth in line now.
Well, she's going to take him out first.
And I wouldn't leave her anywhere though.
She's just going to, in one night, wipe them all out in a, sort of 10-minute action scene
That'd be pretty sweet.
with a knife, silently.
Oh, like V for Vendetta style.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty cool.
She's programmed.
Sweet.
Allegedly, I don't know. Lovely dress.
We're drifting.
Very
off.
understated.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I don't know. Apparently, I was a miserable bastard. I was called. Are you watching that? No.
Well,
Miserable bastard.
we all
Why?
know-
Because you don't believe in
We know you don't believe in love and romance.
mega rich people sucking wealth off the fucking poor.
I don't-
Do you know they cleaned the homeless out? They buzzed them out.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. And it cost us 30 million quid of taxpayers' money at a time when we're being told there's no money.
You can't have a princess going past some shitty ass
I want to
homeless
see
people.
I want to
can
see
you?
them going past in the open carriage,
I'm
and
joking,
some
by the way.
tramp drinking fucking special brew starts flinging his own shit at them.
Yeah, I want to see that.
That's what I want to see.
That's what we should be seeing in the
If,
street.
if they had to go through a gauntlet of homeless person's shit being flung at them as like some kind of bridal procession instead of confetti, now that's what I want to see.
Yeah, but those homeless people would have been executed.
Well, maybe. But they shouldn't have to bust them out.
Or at least
That's
beaten
it
to
is
death.
shocking, isn't it?
Well, shocking, but unfortunately understandable because that's the way the world is. That's just. I know
Well,
it's
it's a
shit.
sick world, isn't it?
I don't think it's right, but that's just. I'm not surprised by it or offended by it because I'm like, yeah, and of course that's what they'd do. They'd sweep the area and cleanse it just for that day.
Cleanse it.
Just for those few minutes that the fucking
Bleach
horse-
the streets.
Yeah,
Flame
basically.
weapons only.
Essentially, like your mum. Imagine if your mum came to the flat and did a deep clean for you. You know there'd be bleach involved because it's
A
mum.
lot of bleach.
Exactly. So that's basically they got all our mums collectively to sort of bleach the streets, so to speak. And
Well, they
yes,
asked us to
remove
clean the
homeless.
streets once, didn't they?
They did. For the Queen.
Cheeky motherfuckers.
Clean for the Queen, I remember that, yeah.
But she's royal.
But she comes
He had
in
Michael
fucking
Glow with his fucking
that
marigolds on
fucking
and...
weasel-faced fucking
Can you
gerbil
imagine
cunt
that
wanker.
cunt actually on the streets fucking bleaching the roads?
No, because
Fuck
he's too
off.
busy tonguing Rupert Murdoch's ass.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he does in his spare time. So the only reason he's still in fucking government.
I love how angry you two are. And I would just like to say, I for one...
I've been at war today, of course I'm angry, I haven't simmered down yet.
paintball war, but yes.
I shot a kid!
Hey, I didn't tell you what I did today. I didn't just play FIFA and get high, because the kids and the missus are away. I, for the first time in my life, got a brand new washing machine, undid there's these things called travel bolts, stop the drum from moving in transport,
Oh well.
took them out with a tool. I
Impressive.
believe it's called a spanner.
You
Got
could be
them
right,
out.
I've heard of that.
Plugged the water pipe to the water pipe, the other pipe to the drain pipe, moved the fucker in place.
Does it work?
Brownie, I haven't dared to switch it on yet. I've left that. I've left that for the missus.
You're gonna get home tonight. And the fucking floor's just gonna be flooded.
I like your faith in my DIY skills.
Well, I was going
mate.
to say, I've got my sink's blocked. Do you want to unplug it? But,
Have you got a plunger?
I haven't now.
Well, no, I'm not putting my fingers in there. I don't know what you've been doing. And we've all been caught short and shit in the basin, but you know.
More
How about
times than
we-
I care to
Well,
remember.
it's closer to the toilet than it is the kitchen.
You were in the kitchen at the time?
The cat was using the toilet.
They do that, don't they? Some cats.
Some
You
cats.
see them on the videos on YouTube.
Flashy bastards.
Train to shit in the toilet.
I thought that was just from that film, and meet the parents.
Oh, right,
I
yeah.
thought that was it.
No, they do it. There's actual a training thing.
Oh,
You
well.
put the cat litter on the toilet, and it's sort of they take it away after a few weeks, and they're just used to going, so it just goes in the bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Learn something new.
Why would I want the cat in there when I want it? It's like, you know.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
So I'm not like the cat's in there reading the paper. You know, and shit.
You'll have to fight
And I'm like,
the cat.
come on, cat, hurry up. And it's like,
And you know you're going to lose. If you have to fist fight a cat, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Any cat, I mean, they move like Sugar Ray Robinson, you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
throw flurries of punches.
yeah, and they've got claws.
Yeah, I'm not going to fight a cat over a toilet.
No, so it means I've got to go in the sink. There you
Yeah.
go. That's why you're going
That's
in the
what
sink.
You got the litter tray.
Yeah, but then we've just reversed the master animal fucking thing, haven't we? The cat choosing the toilet. No,
And the fabric of reality will start to unfold around him.
The day you start
Ben will
teaching-
fall into a black hole. So,
I wouldn't teach the dog to use the toilet. It'd be like the reverse of the master thing going on. And so I'm in
would be
charge.
awesome though, wouldn't it?
I use the toilet.
Fucking dog just literally using the toilet.
especially Ben's horse dog. With its saddle.
But it pisses like a horse.
For the listener, Ben's got a saddle and
It's not a saddle. It's a
he's
tactical
got a
harness.
saddle and he walks around on his dog with a shield and a joust,
Not that big.
challenging people.
I've slain a dragon. Well, that's what she said. Who she was. She was old.
Do you think she's related to the princess to
She might be related to H.H. Holmes very distantly, but I don't think that there's any Jack the Ripper thing going
I
on.
don't think it matters, does it?
No.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
Next news story.
I found this in relation to, we did an episode on MH370, didn't we?
The missing airline.
Missing airline, a missing Malaysian
Right.
airline. And it's one of the great mysteries of our generation, apparently. Well, it really is, to be fair. 239 passengers and crew just disappeared off the face of the planet. No one's been able to find it. Now...
Alien sacrifice.
Alien
To
sacrifice.
an alien
Quite
god.
possibly.
Yeah. Maybe. Or alien abduction. Who
Or
knows?
somebody farted really hard. Farted it out of the sky.
Well, now they've come to the conclusion that the leading guys are now saying that we reckon that this was pilot suicide.
Like,
So there's a bit of an update more than weird
Yeah.
news.
well, that was one of the options. I think when we covered it in our
Yeah.
episode, I think we all agreed that was one possibility of this pilot, because he practiced it on his home simulator machine.
Yeah. But thing is, he practiced landings.
On the ocean.
But yeah, so
But he would have known landing it out there.
it'd sink.
It
We
would've sunk.
did say it would sink within minutes. But
Maybe just wanted to create a mystery. Right, I've been watching an amazing documentary, Evil Genius, on Netflix, about the collar bomb.
Yeah, I saw that one, yeah.
And one of the things I left was that they think that one of the suspects just wanted to create this amazing mystery that would go on for time, which it has. And
Yeah.
they did. They succeeded. They created a mystery. Some people just want that and get off on that. Maybe that pilot, he knew that they'll never work. They'll be questioning why for, Yeah, I think that's a good possibility. He took it down.
What did they say, Ben?
Well, they reckon that he managed to turn the oxygen off so that all the passengers were unconscious when it happened.
Yeah.
There are plenty of theories about what might have happened, but there's been no real concrete evidence that can conclusively say one way or the other. A panel of aviation experts came together on Australia's 60 Minutes to discuss the possible scenarios of the plane's final moments. It consisted of a senior Boeing 777 pilot and instructor Simon Hardy, former senior investigator with Canada's Transportation Safety Bureau Larry Vance, aviation safety expert Captain Cox, the name, former Chief Commissioner of the Australian Transport Safety Bureau Martin Dolan and John Dawson, and a lawyer who represented families in the MH370 and MH17 cases. Wasn't the MH17 the one that was shot down over Ukraine?
Was it?
I think so, yeah. Opinion was divided on whether the Malaysian Airlines plane ran out of fuel or was deliberately plunged into the ocean. A lot of fingers pointed towards one of the crew members forcing the plane into the ocean. Mr. Dawson admitting the evidence is so heavily weighted to involvement by one of the aircrew taking this aircraft down. That aircraft is probably depressurised, the people died of asphyxiation, it was premeditated murder, it was highly planned, the bodies have never been found. This was reported by Mr. Harding, who reckons Captain Zarahi Ahmed Shah, whatever, flew the plane from Kuala Lumpur Airport, deliberately flying along the border with Thailand to avoid detection from either country's radar, before flying over his home city of Penang and to say a quote, emotional goodbye, before turning back to the Indian Ocean to plunge the plane into the sea. Simon told 60 Minutes, as the aircraft went across Thailand and Malaysia, it runs down the border, which is wiggling underneath, meaning it's going in and out of those two countries, which is where their jurisdictions are. So suppose that they're flicking from one radar to the next. That 1 minute they're on Malaysian radar, the next minute they're on Taiwanese radar. So you wouldn't be able to get a proper
fix,
I suppose. If you were commissioning me to do this operation and try to make a 777 disappear, I would do exactly the same thing. So as far as I'm concerned, it's very accurate flying, and I think it did the job, because we know, as a fact, the military did not come and intercept the aircraft. So yes, bit of an update there.
Wow.
Would you go with the
Motherfucker.
Would you
Well,
go with
that's
the
kind of what
pilot
we- that's kind
suicide?
of what we
We did come
came-
to that
yeah.
conclusion, I think.
I mean, he had the training videos in his fucking house. I
Yeah,
mean,
he was practicing it on his
yeah,
simulator.
and they even practice the same route. I mean, you don't need to be fucking Holmes to put it together, do you?
Why?
H.H. Holmes.
H.H. Holmes.
Killed all those innocent people, the son of a bitch. Why couldn't he just jump off a fucking bridge?
Because now he's created his own legacy.
A legacy of cunt.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But he's now famous or infamous, whichever way. Every time someone picks up a book about conspiracies, that's going to be in there.
By the way, Legacy of Cunt will be the name of the first volume of my autobiography.
So what's the next one then? Child spotted at swingers club turned out to be a short adult woman.
Jesus
The Chronicle
Christ.
Live.
She's just short, officer.
Club F in Stanley boasts a dungeon complete with a mistress and had almost 20 police call-outs in recent years. Police were called to the swingers club after reports a child had entered. When officers swooped on Club F, they were left red-faced after realising the child was in fact just a really small swinger. Club F, which has a fully equipped dungeon complete with mistress, boasts on its website of being Britain's friendliest swinging spot. It's only £10 a year to be a member.
It's not bad, is it?
Durham Constabulary have been called to the Stanley venue almost 20 times since 2015, and on this occasion officers left after the staff confirmed the child was actually just a customer.
Oh Lord. Well, my first question is, where the hell is High Street Stanley? What
Durham,
part of
they
the
said.
country?
Durham's up north somewhere.
It's near Newcastle.
Yeah.
It's quite a drive, but hey, swingers and a mistress,
Well,
a dominatrix. And a black leather bed, as we can see on the
that looks a bit more like PVC, which would be wipe clean, wouldn't it?
Well, both would be, I guess. Although no, leather's a bit absorbent, I suppose.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want another man to spunk.
Get a
on your
bit
leather
sticky,
jacket,
wouldn't
I was
it?
about to say.
Yeah, but you imagine like fucking on a PVC sheet. That'd get quite sweaty.
Yeah, but that is clearly a plasticky PVC type.
Yeah, it's one of those piss-proof things that you
It's
have
like a
as
mattress
kid.
protector.
It's sex-proof.
Yeah.
It's
Well, they probably
orgy-proof.
do a lot of pissing as well.
And shitting.
Well,
Bit of scatting.
bit of scatting. They'd
The
have a glass,
scat
they'd have a glass
Nothing
table
wrong-
for that.
Nothing wrong with a scatty wank. Well, there is. There's a lot wrong with it. I just wanted to see your face.
Whatever floats your boat, but
I don't know if float your boat, but you're a disgusting pervert.
Hey, we're all animals.
some more than others.
Hey, come on, we're all just mammals, right? Let's not judge each other. Come on, whatever gets you off, as long as it's legal and safe. I don't think rubbing shit on your dick is technically safe.
I don't think using
I was just
feces
thinking
as
out
lube is the best way to go.
No,
Do you know what
there is
Arctic boreholing is?
Is this what cropped up on your Google search?
I invented it. It's where you do
Is it you fuck someone in the
you
ass in the
freeze a
freezer?
shit. No, you freeze a shit, and then you get that frozen shit, and you use it as a sort of dildo type. That's called Arctic boreholing.
How did you invent that?
Somebody at work told me about it. I didn't really invent it.
So they've done it.
No, it's a thing. It's out there.
Is it?
Yeah. Just I know about it. Doesn't mean I
Of
do
course
it.
it's out there, Ben. I mean, come on.
Everything that's
Oh,
possible is
yeah,
out
true,
there.
yeah.
Come on.
We're talking about sex here.
Yeah. There is
And
nothing.
shit.
There is nothing people will not put into themselves.
As
Nope.
we've already covered.
Or smother themselves in. Back to the news. What was happening?
The force was unable to confirm how short the person was, but police logs state that she was an adult woman of shorter stature.
Oh,
A dwarf, then.
at least she's
Yeah.
safe now.
Yeah, it's not all sex and scat though, and dominatrixing. It's they had a Eurovision theme party the other weekend.
Yeah, I bet everyone fucked.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'm going to be in Durham next weekend. Doing a little report for the show.
Yeah.
I'll leave my phone on record for the whole 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's weird news.
that's weird news. We'll come back to a bit more at the end,
Yep.
and we'll call a toilet break,
Sounds good.
as is tradition.
Tradition. Be rude not to. Literally quite rude because we piss everywhere.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we are back from the toilet break and the beer top up, and we'll now talk about the well to hell, the Siberian hell pit. Well, the noises as well. The noises from hell.
The sounds of hell.
Yeah, in Siberia of all places.
Siberia. See, this is part of the story already that confuses me because where is hell physically located?
It's meant to be in the centre of the earth, according to Christianity.
Is that really what they believe? That hell is physically at the centre of the earth?
Yeah.
Oh, I think so.
Isn't it a metaphysical place?
Well,
I think maybe it's changed over the
yeah, it might have changed over the
centuries,
years,
like,
but
Because that's stupid to think it's a...
well, they thought
Oh,
heaven was
yeah.
in the clouds, didn't they?
Well, that's stupid as well.
the Greeks thought it was on Mount Olympus, all the gods lived there.
I don't even
A
know
quick
where to begin with
a
that.
trip up that mountain would have solved that problem quite easily.
These stupid ancient people. They didn't
Building
know
all their stuff.
They didn't know shit, did they? I know more than them.
Uh-huh.
With their fancy buildings and their perfectly astrologically aligned temples. But anyway,
Yes, so this
where's
first.
hell?
Well, let's assume that I think for this branch of the people who want this to be true desperately, the people who probably want hell to be in the centre of the earth.
Okay.
So this is an urban legend, or we'll be generous calling it an urban legend.
I guess that's the technical name for it, yeah. Although it was in an actual newspaper,
Well,
and we all know that means it's true.
yeah. regarding a borehole in Siberia allegedly drilled so deep it broke into hell itself.
Was it an Arctic borehole?
It was an Arctic borehole.
Be there for some time, wouldn't you?
You certainly wouldn't be going down.
What are you doing there, mate? Just digging a hole with this frozen shit. You carry on there, buddy.
Let me know how you're getting on.
Where are you trying to get to? Get to hell.
That's a bit stupid digging a hole with a frozen shit, mate. You should have seen what I was doing with it last night.
Oh.
Thing is, it'd be melting in your hand. Well, not in Siberia, maybe not.
That's the
Well, it
thing,
wouldn't
yeah.
once you get so far down, it would. It would definitely melt.
Well, yeah, quite a way
So
down.
then you'd just be clawing with your shitty hands.
Yeah, wouldn't you start to melt? You'd start to melt at a certain point. So it's going to become academic, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Just hold it up to your face, imagine it. Your fingers are black from frostbite and brown from shit. Why
did I think this is a good idea?
This is hell on earth.
And then you break
There's
through
the
that,
irony.
And then you break through that cavity.
Yeah, like, oh no, there's hell on earth.
Was that a demon?
That's what hell sounds like.
Oh, should we play what hell actually
Let's
sounds
tell
like?
the story.
Let's tell the
Okay, yeah,
I'll get to that bit.
Get a bit ahead of himself.
So-
we got too carried away with the Arctic borehole.
I don't think that was actually recorded when we were on at the Arctic borehole.
Oh shit! So that makes no sense. Oh no, I think it was recording.
Was
wasn't
it?
I don't think so.
Should we just tell him
Would you like
what?
to tell us what an Arctic borehole
It
is?
sounds
Yes.
like such stoners if it was recorded.
I'll leave it in, doesn't matter.
Arctic boreholing is where you do a shit and you freeze that shit and you then use that shit as a sort of sexual dildo type device. So, yeah. I didn't invent it.
Is that what's going to happen in your cult?
I'm sure we fucking talked about this while it was recorded with such stoners. That was less than half an hour ago.
I'm certain the mic was off for that recording.
I don't know.
Well, should we
Anyway.
introduce the podcast?
Yeah, do we introduce? Have we done weird news yet?
But Ben, it doesn't matter if the fact that we can't remember it was merely 30 minutes ago.
It wasn't even that long. It was about 5 minutes ago.
It's safe, isn't it, weed? I mean, we all say it's safe, don't we? I mean, it is, isn't it? Or is it?
Well, nothing's entirely safe, is it?
It's not normal.
No one's
Forget-
ever died, have they, from cannabis?
Yeah, I bet they've lost a lot of things.
Time, memories. Yeah.
All those things that make you human.
The capacity for love.
No, I think that enhances it.
I don't know, because I'd rather just watch the telly.
Eat cheese puffs.
That's because you're 35 now and you're getting old. That's what
Rather
it
get
is.
stoned and play FIFA than into any of that love stuff. Only joking, darling, if you're listening.
She probably isn't.
She's definitely my trying to kid. She doesn't find me that interesting. I love you. Sorry, yeah.
Anyway,
back
back to the hell pit. First attested in English is a 1989 broadcast by a US domestic religious TV channel and broadcaster, Trinity Broadcasting Network.
Wow.
So,
The Holy Trinity.
of broadcasting? Not like our Holy Trinity of Saint Ike, Saint Alex and Saint Tony.
St. Jones.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's a lovely Holy Trinity. That should be a t-shirt. Their smiling faces.
With halos.
Yeah. The patron saints of the podcast.
Yeah, it's ironic how we've chosen such utter cunts, isn't it?
How very dare you?
Which one are you referring to and which one are you defending?
All of them?
You're defending
No, the
Tony
first
Blair?
two. No, I'm defending the first two. The first two.
What, Alex Jones as well?
Alex and Ike, yes, I'll defend Alex, the greatest living performer on the face of the
Well,
earth.
give him his acting skills are immense, so I'll give him that.
Not much of a newsman,
That's fair to say.
not much of a journalist. Everything he says tends to be a lie.
Family
But-
show though. Family show.
Family show, especially when they're them satanic cheerleaders trying to have sex with him all the time.
They were hot.
He had to keep telling us how hot they were, didn't he?
I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
Something like that. No. Anyway, but I like Alex. I like David.
Alright. Well, anyway,
Tell me about the hellhole.
the legend says a team of Russian engineers led by a Mr. Azaku in an unnamed place in Siberia had drilled a hole that was 14.4 kilometres, or if you're like us, it's 8.9 miles,
Okay.
deep before breaking into a mysterious cavity. Intrigued by this discovery, they lowered an incredibly heat-resistant microphone. It's got to be fucking incredibly heat-resistant at that depth, along with other sensory equipment into the well. What they recorded can only be described as the sound of damned souls screaming in agony as they writhed in the burning fires of hell.
Hell's on fire.
Well,
Play the recording.
let's hear the voices.
So this is what they apparently recorded. 8 point something miles into the Earth's crust.
Yes.
You'd think hell was a lot lower. Just saying. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to have to ride the knobs. That's a technical term.
Is that a sound engineer's professional term? That I have to ride the knobs?
I was trying to sound cool then, but I actually just sounded quite sexually promiscuous.
Well, you are going to that club next week.
You'll be riding the knob
Yeah.
there.
I'm gonna
On
ride
that PVC mat.
plenty of knobs. White clean.
You're going to bring some frozen shit with you.
No, I'll have to freeze it when I get up there. It
You have an ice
survive-
box.
It won't survive the journey. I don't want to take the risk.
Yeah, nothing worse than a lymphatic borehole, is there?
Yeah, I don't want to turn up with diarrhea. You can't sexually arouse anyone with diarrhea. Well,
Oh, I bet you can.
you can, probably, in that club. Anyway, I meant if this is really fucking loud, I'm going to have to turn it down. Ride the knobs, Ben. That's what producers say.
What, me that started laughing at it?
I'm a producer. Play the fucking tape. The sound of hell.
I've heard that sound before. Dawley High Street, kicking out time, about 11:30 on Friday night.
Yeah, well, it's unpleasant. There's no denying that. But that's more for sort of, just it's not a nice sound, is it? It's not because. I mean, I listened to this clip on YouTube and I was reading the comments and they seem to be split 50-50 between genuine believers who are like, oh my god, those poor souls.
Oh, God.
This is so disturbing. Did you hear the screams?
Oh.
And everyone else seemed to be like, well, this is tosh,
Yeah.
isn't it? And then there was the odd one that was just like, metal!
Those are mine.
So what do you think, boys?
Well, I happen to know that those sounds are from a 1972 shitty horror movie called Baron Blood, and that's pretty much been conclusively confirmed, I believe.
It says different on this. Whoever uploaded this video said it's definitely not the same.
Well, I will.
Who's telling the truth?
Well, the thing is with all those things is they've all been sort of remixed and pitched up and pitched down and swapped around using sound technology. So anyway, it does sound suspiciously like it.
It sounds a lot like
I've
a
not
shopping
seen it.
mall or something.
I've never seen it. I've heard this. There was a clip from their film and a clip from that, and basically it's a lot more distorted. And sort of they played around with it, but there are certain chunks of it that can be identified as that. Anyway, allegedly identified as that. Could be a hell. We don't know if it's hell. We haven't come to that conclusion yet. We haven't wrapped up to the end yet, so we can't give a definite conclusion.
Could be
Okay,
hell.
hit us with some more concrete evidence.
For it, or because that's pretty thin on the ground.
For it.
But I can tell you that the Soviet Union had drilled a hole more than 12 kilometres deep, 7.5 miles, but not in Siberia. It was the Kola super deep borehole located on the Kola Peninsula sharing borders with Finland and Norway, so that would be an Arctic borehole.
How many kilometres was the hole?
12. The one that's allegedly... Which one? The one they actually drilled, or
Yeah.
the one that for this?
The alleged one.
14.4.
14. So that wouldn't even make it through the rocky crust of the Earth into the upper mantle.
But that's probably where hell is in that bit.
But I thought
So how deep are each?
hell was
How
at the
deep is each
centre of the Earth.
layer, Gaz?
Well, the rocky crust of the Earth, according to this diagram,
Can I hazard a guess here and say that it's 60?
40.
Oh, man.
Oh, not bad.
About 40k, the upper mantle begins. Then at about 400, from 150 kilometres to 650 kilometres is the mantle. Then from 650 to 2,700 is the inner mantle. Then from 2,700 to about 5,150 is the molten outer core. And then a further 1,000 or so feet onto 6,378 is the inner core. That's kilometres. So,
Pretty big, the Earth, isn't it?
yes.
So how'd they know
So-
that if they can't get anything down far enough?
Sonar,
So they're
I
12
guess.
kilometres into the crust. Doesn't
Is
even...
it sonar?
I don't know. I'm just-
This
Or just
microphone...
maths?
I'm going to show you... I'll
They
hold
probably
up
tell
the
by the
diagram.
sphere of the Earth.
I suppose you could put a probe down. I don't know.
If you know
It's
the
from measuring it from the outside.
if you know the diameter, you know the radius and shit, don't you? And all
Yeah.
that bollocks.
So their microphone, you see that orange line at the top?
Yeah.
The very thin line, that's the Earth's upper crust, and their microphone didn't even break through that.
And they still think they made
So
hell.
how could they be hearing a sound that is coming from something that is 6,378 kilometres away, the inner Earth's core?
Hollow Earth.
Ah, yeah. Does sound? How does sound travel
In
the-
waves.
I don't know,
in
Mike.
liquid
I simply don't
and
know.
rock compared to air?
I will go away and test it, and I will come back to you, science officer. I don't know, can it... Well, if you put your ear to the ground and I jump up and down on it, you'll hear it, won't you?
I
Right?
don't know what ear bloody hurt.
Right, so let's say... No, I won't jump up and down. I see what you did there, you cheeky chappy. I don't know, can the sounds of hell travel through the rock, permeate all the little nooks and crannies
That's it, yeah.
and little things, and
Fissures.
fissures, yeah, good word, worm their way up through, like sort of water in reverse,
Into this small cavity.
into the Earth's
That's it.
crust. Oh, the
So
cavity.
what
is
they're
in the
hearing
crust.
is not like directly in hell. It's the sound
the
travelling,
echoes of
the
hell.
echoes of hell. Yes, I like
Now
it.
that's
Yeah.
the sound of our fourth album, or our
Echoes of
live
Hell.
album.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Live album, definitely.
Soda Ward
Echoes
and
of
live,
Hell.
Echoes
Yeah.
of Hell. Yeah.
Yes, like it. It should be pointed out when they got down to 7.5 miles, 12 kilometres at Kola, the temperatures reached 600 Fahrenheit, which made drilling rather expensive. So it's pretty unlikely
It was
that
melting the.
it was melting the
drill
drill
bits,
heads,
wasn't it?
yeah. And so dropping a microphone down there, they say it recorded that before it melted.
Yes. Now it says that the temperature deep within, according to the Wikipedia page, which we all know is gospel, is 1,000 degrees centigrade, which is 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit for all you other people.
It's pretty fucking hot anyway.
That's fucking hot.
It's face meltingly
Yeah.
hot.
Fuck yeah. That'll turn you into Skeletor.
It will.
Melt the bones underneath as
Yeah,
well.
It would,
though. Wow.
Yeah.
That's hot. You could melt a Terminator in that.
Don't, please.
Sorry.
Did you get some of the retellings that a demon or Satan himself emerged from the hole?
I did hear this and killed some of the drillers died in
Well,
an explosion, didn't they?
That was an alternate version of this.
How can it be an alternate version of the truth?
Apparently, the demon or Satan himself blazed a trail across the Russian sky as it escaped from the pit of hell.
So Satan, this all-powerful thing, has just been waiting for someone to crack a little hole
Yeah.
about 12 miles into the crust so he can break out.
That's it.
Because he's extremely powerful, man.
Yeah.
But if
And
he was
then-
extremely powerful, why did he need that little hole being drilled?
I've just explained to you how thick the earth is.
Yeah, and that hole's not going to make a fucking dent, is it?
I bet the scientific community could be lying to cover up proof of God's existence and therefore hell.
Could be.
I didn't invent hell, Mike.
Like,
Get off my case.
why not?
You're
Like,
the science officer. I don't know how it works.
Like, there's Christians out there and probably Muslims as well who don't believe in dinosaurs. That all the dinosaur fossils are fake. They're put there by science to deny the fact that the Earth is only 6,000 years old.
Science little
There's no
gremlin.
such thing as dinosaurs. I've heard an evangelical woman arguing that there is no such thing as dinosaurs.
There is, because I've seen Jurassic Park.
Yeah, well, yeah. And the fact that there's some really impressive skeletons in the Natural History Museum in London, which are worth a visit, yeah.
And the skeletons.
But no, they're fakes. So this has been all that scientific nonsense, Mike, that you're spouting. It's just to cover up the belief in existence of God.
If
Bastards.
you think about it, though, believing that there was, even though there is skeletons, they show us these giant. I mean, they're giant, right? Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
They're pretty big.
They're massive,
they're
right?
pretty fucking big.
Giant lizards used to roam the earth, and we believe that, and we take that without even questioning it.
Because the evidence is there.
Skeletons, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But once again, if you believe there were 2 shooters at Las Vegas, nobody wants to talk to you on the train. Or if you believe the Anunnaki seeded the human slave race and then created a
Yeah, but
more
there's no
superior
evidence.
race. That
Just a few badly
I've
drawn
been reading a book about
hieroglyphics.
it. I've been reading a book
And
about
some
it.
dubious testimony from people David Icke has met out and about. Maybe
Didn't
the
he
pub.
learn everything from that South African voodoo priest?
Oh, that's
Yes,
alright
I've
then.
been reading about him, Mr. Cult. I googled him.
Oh, that's alright then. Well, I'm sold. South African voodoo priests are alright in my book.
I was reading about him.
Voodoo
earlier.
Krutu or something. Or
He's a Zulu. Credo, that's it. Credo.
Credo? Wasn't he a Star Wars
That's
cat?
Greedo.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching it and I
Credo
realised that
Woodward.
Greedo is in Phantom of the Menace.
Phantom of the Menace.
Whatever it's called.
Phantom Menace.
That's it, the Phantom Menace.
Is he?
He is. He's one of Anakin's little friends.
Oh, fuck, yeah, I know. Did that little alien fuck grow up to be Greedo?
yeah, apparently.
Oh, it was on Tatooine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, no, yeah. Alright, then that's made that film a little bit cooler.
For the record, so the listener knows what we're talking about, Mike and I are referring to Vusahamafsasa Zulu, Credo Mutwa, who is a Zulu sort of shaman priest, very, very old, who thinks that the Zulu race came from Anunnaki aliens, and he's a mate of David Icke's. Although I'm sure David Icke makes out that they're more friends than they actually are.
What, they love us as well?
No. How dare you? Saint Icke is a virile, heterosexual champion of a lover.
I think he's turning into a lizard.
His hands are looking a bit lizardy.
Underneath his eyes, he looks like.
Do you think his disguise is slipping?
I think
I
he's
think-
doing it on purpose to fuck with everybody. He's having plastic surgery.
Look, they're real, they're real! He's turned himself
one
into
of
a lizard.
The reason I'm sort of trying to defend Mr. Icke is because whilst I was looking for a way to email him and contact him to request an interview for the show,
Oh, yeah.
I noticed another section of the website that said, "Write for us,"
Oh.
which I clicked on, and yes, you could be a writer for the website. You just have to write 500 words on a number of topics, several if you choose to, and send them in and see what happens. So I'm going to attempt to join the employ of Sir David Icke.
Saint Icke.
Say Icke. So yeah, I'll have no bad mouthing him, please.
Oh, so he was basically kissing his arse and Arctic boreholing him in the chance at the hopes of a job.
That's exactly what.
That's going to be my new phrase of the week, Arctic boreholing.
Well, I'm sure we've talked about it twice now because I'm sure we were recording earlier before we fell in a pothole. I can't wait to listen.
We
back
didn't do the reggae box.
Oh, we'll do it after we've done this then.
Yeah,
I've got
we'll do
a
it.
special reggae box edition this week where I'm actually making sure it would never go in it.
Oh, the reggae box, for if you're new, is where Ben puts a box where Ben puts all the things he hates. It's called the reggae box because he fucking hates reggae.
I fucking
I
hate
don't like reggae. No. Yeah, man.
Gaz, I have been
I
handling.
really love
I have
it.
been handling guns all day.
Yeah, we
My
haven't
blood-
got any guns now.
My blood is up.
Ben loves to go paintballing.
I am still in war mode.
He shot a child in the face.
No, in the face. I
Yeah.
put 3 into his chest.
Oh. Because somehow that makes it better. Sorry, I'll stop singing. I'm doing my own heading.
Because
Continue.
headshots don't count in paintball.
Ah, okay. The cock
I'm
shots
just
count.
disappointed you didn't
Yeah.
Mozambique triple him. whatever it's called, triple
'Cause
tapping.
it's really difficult to be accurate with the shitty rented paintball guns that you get.
Bit just as funny just to punch him, I suppose, actually.
But other guns.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, there are no rules in war. Even paintball war. And if that child wanted to enter an adult
Arena.
zone where his parents have signed a waiver,
Gladiatorial arena.
yeah, his parents, I presume, had signed the waiver that said there was no legal comeback.
They had.
Yeah. So yeah, it would have been fine, I guess, just to kick his legs out from under him, and then put the gun down on his chest as he landed on his back, like on his throat, and just be like, you really think you're ready?
You're still a boy.
Yeah.
It's a man's world.
You're just a kitten, and I'm a big tiger, a big paintball war tiger. Roar!
Yeah.
Snap his neck.
Yeah, so it's like, Ben, he's going blue. Ben.
I hope they found them punji traps all over them earlier.
Ben's wearing a necklace of children's toys.
Children's teeth.
And children's teeth. Oh, that's dark.
That is dark.
The tooth fairy.
I was a serial killer from
And he'd
Red
have to
Dragon.
say a one-liner like, "Tooth fairy's not coming."
Or you just throw down 10p.
Oh man. Oh dear.
Back to the hell pit.
Oh dear.
I think we just fell into a hell pit. The pit of war. Right, so yeah, back to the story.
The alternate version, as reported in one of my favourite publications, the Weekly World News,
Aye.
was set in 1992 in Alaska, where 13 miners were killed after drilling this hole, after Satan himself showed up.
Ooh.
Now there are the Siberian thing, certain elements of the story where it was alleged that a bunch of medics turned up and gave all the people involved sedatives to erase their short-term memory.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I assume they go completely mad.
Well, it's not
Completely mad, I tell you.
it's not every day you see Satan at work.
I'm usually at work every day.
Once again, Stooper sucking his way up the ladder. Sacrificing children at golfing weekend. Or paintballing weekend. That explains it! That's why the child was there! It was child sacrifice!
Oh, Illuminati!
You'll do anything for that middle management job, won't you?
I will not have you
It'll
mocking
never
my
stop
management,
with
my management potential.
When will enough be enough? What do you want? A corner office? You've gone
Well, that'd be
mad
nice.
with power.
That'd be nice, a corner office.
What do you want? A plaque with your name on it?
Yeah, that'd be great.
You're mental. Stop killing children. Power hungry.
This event was at a country estate or
It's
something.
got to your head back.
And there were a couple of supervisors there.
Were there any ghosts?
And you were wearing a hooded cloak when you came in.
I'm not trying to change.
And a ceremonial dagger.
And there's the
I always carry
distinct
that.
smell of death.
Stained with child's blood.
I always carry that.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, no, I am not.
Oh,
I
Ben
am not.
killed a child.
Did not kill a child. I did not
Killed
sacrifice.
many children.
I did not sacrifice anyone today.
He killed a child to be the area manager.
Not the area manager. You don't have them.
The dispatch manager. Oh, come
I'm
on, what's,
working dispatch.
what's your official title?
I'm picking. I'm working the picking section.
You're the
What's your
picking
title?
manager.
Key operative.
Is he even a real manager?
He's a key.
I'm part of the management team.
He's just a jumped up
See,
fucking nobody.
you killed a child for that title.
No,
Key
I've
operative.
already got the promotion before this.
What's next? Line manager.
Deputy supervisor. I'm very low
So there's
management.
a lot of levels. You've
I'm
got
very
to
low
get through there.
management.
That's a lot of dead children and a lot of power blow jobs.
Well, I'll come to you for advice on the power blow jobs.
Okay. Back to hell.
Back to hell.
Back to hell for you.
The Trinity Broadcasting Company picked up on this and they used it to further their aims to get people to believe in God and give them some money.
Yes.
There
Was it published by a Finnish newspaper?
Yes, a Finnish newspaper called, and I'm going to get this wrong, Amenustia, which is also, in all fairness, a Christian newspaper. An evangelical minister in Texas, R.W. Schambach, came across it and sent it to Trinity Broadcasting Network. It turns out that it wasn't a scientific journal or the paper that I can't pronounce, but I've done it once, so you know what I'm on about. But it was a small evangelical Lutheran magazine that was published in Finland.
And it was picked up. Basically, we alluded to it earlier. It was on the Coast to Coast radio. The story was picked up. It was run by, like you said, the newspaper, then picked up by that.
Didn't the guy who sent it to Art Bell, R.I.P.D., basically say that his uncle used to collect strange recordings and that he got it from the BBC? A copy of it from the BBC when he worked there, his uncle. And when he passed away, he was going through the tapes and he found it and he thought it was interesting, so he sent it to Art.
Okay, I've got a little bit of information from an article I read. It says, so far the history of the story simply went round in circles. Like we said, you know, from the Finnish magazine to the radio show to the it being reprinted in a California newspaper, which took it as literal proof.
Of course.
Literal proof of hell. One story, and then literal proof of hell. That's how desperate they are for anything remotely proof-like. I heard that somebody recorded the sounds of hell. Well, we better run with that story.
Yeah.
So,
well, that sounds especially like the sound effects from the 1972 film Blood and Blood. No, hell.
Quiet you.
It's hell.
Quiet you, hell.
Further clarification came from a Norwegian article which had been sent to the Trinity Broadcasting Network along with a supposed translation by a man from near Oslo who had visited California. But the Norwegian was both a school teacher and a prankster. When Bueller called for more information, the man confessed that after hearing the story about screams coming deep from a well while he was visiting California, he simply clipped a Norwegian newsletter article on a completely unrelated topic and made up a translation to see if he could fool anyone.
I like it.
Bueller's article was summarised in the Secular Humanist Bulletin of October 1990 with the closing quip that when it comes to rumours, it's not where they start, it's where they finish.
Oh, nice.
Where did the original teller of this story get the inspiration for such a bizarre yarn? A letter from Liam Westcott, a geologist in Fairbanks, Alaska, provided me with a likely answer. Westcott cited an article in the December 1984 issue of Scientific American titled The World's Deepest Well. The article's author, Soviet geologist Y.A. Kozlovsky, describes an experimental well that had, at the time, reached 12,000 metres, by far the deepest drill hole that had been bored up to that time. The scientists encountered rare rock formation, flows of gas and water, and temperatures of up to 180 degrees.
All right.
Not quite 1,000, but 180 degrees. But they encountered no hollow centre, and there was certainly no screams of the damned. Westcott guessed that the whole truth, as he put it, fuck off with your puns, concerning the story of drilling down to the gates of hell might simply be explained by the possibility that someone who heard about the Soviet geological project had combined it with traditional accounts of hellfire and damnation. I think he's probably right, because the actual Siberian well, according to the article, was drilled on the Kola Peninsula. Kola, yeah. Exactly the place where the version of the fictional well to hell story that Bengt heard was supposed to have taken place. Curses broiled again. Jan Harold Brunvard's fourth collection of urban legends. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, basically, it's an urban legend, concludes the author of this article.
It's been around since 1995 on the internet, though.
Well, it's from 1990.
1989, but this has grown as the internet has grown. 95, we were getting the early days of home internet, weren't we? And
yeah, a bit like Slendy.
Like Slendy.
Well, I also did some further... well, it can only be described as journalism.
Give that man a Pulitzer Prize.
So we know they went
or
down...
a Nobel Peace Prize.
We know they didn't break through the rocky crust. Okay. It's about 870 degrees. Okay. 870 degrees. And I also have here the melting points of metals. So what do we think the microphone was? Probably made out of steel. Should we just look at steel?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Actually, I might be surprised by these findings.
I know that steel.
1600 for steel.
In degrees centigrade
Yeah.
is 1510.
Fucking close, aren't I? 1600.
1510. So potentially, if it was made of stainless steel,
Yeah, it could have
it
survived.
might have withstood it. But I'll be okay. I've got a cigarette here. Split politics in the background, but the entire microphone wouldn't have been stainless steel. The
Oh no,
the elements inside of it, would they have not?
melted sooner.
Yes,
Or
been more
overheated and
damaged.
stopped working.
If it was made from steel carbon, melting point's similar. And I can't think of anything else it really would have been made out of.
No, if you
Aluminium.
well, you'd be using
That's
something
low,
that could withstand
660.
heat, wouldn't you?
Hmm?
It's the article, the thing goes, it was a heat resistant.
Yeah, so they
So
wouldn't
they
have used
would-
aluminium.
You wouldn't use aluminium, no.
But they're also
or
full of
foam. You wouldn't use foam.
But they're full of shit because this diagram, which came from zoomschool.com, it was a proper sciencey website.
Mhm.
If you break through the rocky crust into the upper mantle, it starts off at about 870 degrees. That's through the crust, and they were saying it was 1,000 degrees. So that's bullshit. And straight away they're saying we found this
Yeah.
pocket in the crust that is a lot hotter than what's below it.
Yeah.
They said 1,000 degrees. So yeah, a steel microphone.
Unless they
survived at
actually
1,000.
penetrated a magma chamber.
Also a possibility. A magma chamber containing hell. I think there'd be so many scientists in hell, though, that would be air conditioned by now.
Again, we
Or
need
would
to.
magma cool at
Wouldn't it?
800 degrees?
If you did tap a magma chamber,
it would
wouldn't
still be
it,
molten.
I don't know. Well, it's still molten when it squirts out the earth.
Yeah,
Assuming
it is,
that
that's
they-
because of
they
it's
did-
going quite fast, isn't it?
they did tap it, wouldn't the hole just fill with magma? And you'd have a leak.
Why did it melt the drilling equipment but not the microphone equipment?
Good question.
Yeah, the drill would be harder. That'd be like diamond tipped.
Yeah, it would
probably.
have to be. That's a flaw in their story, surely.
Yeah.
Or an inconsistency. So many.
It's not the only one, though, is it?
No, it's not.
I'm willing to go with the Satan popped out for a bit and then popped back down.
You blaze a trail of fire, Gaz, across the sky.
That's the thing. Did they answer? Did Satan go back down the hole?
They didn't say that. Maybe this is what
Fucking hell, that might explain everything that's happened since 1989.
Oh yeah, it's all a bit shit.
It has
since
been
then.
getting progressively a bit shitter,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
Well, since 2001, mainly.
Yeah, but it's taken him a while to get himself established, hasn't
Ah.
it? He's got to get into them corridors of power. He's got to run for election.
Yeah, but things were shitty before.
Yeah, but they're
They've always
shit.
been shitty.
Well, Mike, what an outlook you've got on life. It's all a bit shitty. Has been for ages.
Well, for the common man, it's always been a bit shitty, isn't it?
I suppose it has, although I've had to surf.
They're still
let's face it.
slaves at the
I
end
don't
of
know,
the
if
day.
you look at it today though, I had food, I smoked some marijuana,
did.
I played on a PlayStation,
It's getting a little bit better.
I had a jolly good wank,
What's it jolly good?
to some internet pornography that was beamed through space, wirelessly to my device. I think
Yeah,
we all
so we're
overlooked
not
the small
we're not
miracle.
slaves 24/7 now. We're just slaves 40 hours a week.
Yeah. It's been
Oh
given-
yeah, I have to give up, like tomorrow I'll be getting up at 5 o'clock and
Yeah.
be working for about 11 hours tomorrow, you know, to get the money to sit around for 4 hours in the evening having fun before I'm forced to go to bed. So I see where you're coming from. There
Yeah.
is definitely a rat race slavey kind of feel to it
It's a
all.
wage slave, isn't it?
There's a bit of slavey motif.
It certainly is,
There's a
yeah.
slave motif to my lifestyle, but
And they like you to put on a uniform as well.
oh no, I don't actually get a uniform.
Don't
That's
you?
one of the perks. I actually wish I had a uniform so I wouldn't ruin my own clothes. But that's another story for another time. But
I got a uniform. I always refer to those as my slave clothes. First thing I do when I get in, right, slave clothes off.
haven't you started wearing a shirt and tie?
No, I don't get a shirt and tie yet.
Oh.
I'm a low-level
I
management.
think you may have.
I'm low-level management. I'm on the management team.
I think you
didn't-
may have talked up this management.
Well, I
So
did for
there
co-
isn't management in the title. I don't think that you're technically management.
I am managed. I'm part of the management team.
You're key operative. You're the gopher.
No, I'm there. I do team briefs and everything.
Key officer, was it?
Key operative.
Key operative.
I know,
Are
I
you
do-
in charge of making sure everyone's handed in the keys at the end? Of the
No, we don't really have them.
It's a milk monitor.
I'm like I'm a low-level management type.
You are a low life. Oh, sorry, low level. Yeah, sorry.
Well, I'm not disagreeing.
Bourbon.
I can't say that I'm scum.
You know what's scum? Rises to the top.
I've done
Does in this
less-
society?
I've done less than nothing this weekend. I turned down a nice weekend away in Wales in the sunshine with my girlfriend and her children because I'd rather sit in the house and be alone and do nothing.
You had a little holiday of yourself, with yourself.
Certainly did.
Which I actually did last night, in all fairness.
Good on you.
I watched some TV, I played some Football Manager, and I got very drunk, more drunk than I should have,
That's fine.
and a little bit high.
Good.
But I did manage to drag myself to bed at 12 o'clock, mainly because I started drinking at 4.
Ah, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, I had 16 cans, didn't mean to.
Wow. Wow, this has all got a bit confessional.
But when you start that early,
Yeah, and spread it out.
you spread it out, don't you?
You still put 16 cans in your body. And
Yeah, but I
they're
also
still
pissed them
processed.
out.
Yeah, they were still processed by your liver.
They were.
But it's a good workout for it.
I used to drink a lot more than that. I've done 20 cans on a Saturday night before now.
Didn't you do 21 pints of Guinness for
Yeah.
the 21st?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
I think you got to 18, you were sick.
And I carried
Carried
on.
on.
Wow. When you describe drinking like that, doesn't it sound so like...
Wow, yeah, why am I doing
Just
that?
like,
Yeah.
why would you put yourself through it? I mean, smoking so much
Well,
more
we thought
fun.
that was the
Yeah, I thought it was the best thing in the
21
world.
thing ever.
18 to 21?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Always getting pissed, no hangovers, no problem.
Some of us are still always getting pissed, aren't we? But you know, we're functioning, aren't we, mate?
Exactly, that's what matters. That's what matters.
We always get up on time-ish, don't we? And go to
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
I'm usually on time-ish.
I have to be. I have to set an example.
Yeah, you've got to get them. Get that key cupboard unlocked before the real managers get there.
Did we
My
talk about?
precious.
Did we talk about this Norwegian teacher?
Yes,
Okay.
the prankster.
Yeah.
So, I think, and I'm going to sum this up, I think that this is a really cool story. I like it. It made me chuckle a little bit. I think that the people who really pushed this were so desperate for any kind of validity to their beliefs that they pushed it until it became... And as we know, the internet, we've discussed it on the Slendy Man episode, Slendy, our mate Slendy, that, you know, the internet is a great way of making a myth.
Certainly is. It's like one massive game of Chinese whispers with a few billion people playing.
Yeah, without knowing they're playing.
Yeah, you know. So I've even seen it happen in a small way. Like I noticed a post on Facebook pertaining to our local town where the three of us live. A bit of stranger danger happened outside a school, but the school had to release a statement saying this is being blown up on social media to like absolutely ridiculous, dangerous levels of like bullshit, basically.
But I'll tell you what, I bet that wasn't as widely shared as the fucking original post.
Oh well, no, of course not. Yeah.
The retraction never, the proof never is. Or was it Churchill who said a lie's gone round the world twice for the truth hasn't even put its pants on?
That's a good quote.
Fantastic.
You know? So so I'm assuming, so go on, give me the gist. Some bloke came outside the school, tried to
I
take
just
a
asked
kid.
the kid to get in his car, and then the kid said no, and the car drove off.
Right, so that was the extent of it, and then it was
Because
obviously
it turned into gangs of paedophiles roaming
the neighbourhood.
Your child's school is a pedo hotspot, and they're not safe. Get there immediately. Bring a knife.
Yeah,
I'm
stab those
exaggerating.
fuckers. No, I bet someone was
Just like
calling
that,
for
but
it.
to the point where the school had to just say, "Hey, look, this is being, you know, where were we on that? Oh yeah, stories, Chinese whispers."
Yeah.
So. Yeah, again with this, because look, this started with, oh look, we've recorded the sounds of hell, and it went to like, Satan popped out for a bit,
Yeah.
and scientists, miners died.
And
Not young people,
Another
people
scientist.
who drill.
Another
Drillers.
scientists had to be given sedatives to remove their short-term memories, and
Yeah, oh yeah, I skipped over that part.
it's alright, I said it.
Yeah, that's quite, that's quite heavy, isn't it?
Yeah. What were they giving them as well?
And if that's possible to do, why don't they do that to war survivors and people like that to go with PTSD? if that sort of technology is available. But then again, I guess that's not the most fantastical part of the story.
But
is it?
this is Soviet.
Satan was there.
This is Soviet Russia, and they didn't give a fuck.
Ah, yes, very true.
And apparently it was a bat-like apparition that looked like the demon from Michelangelo's The Torment of St. Anthony. Or
I know
St.
it well.
Tony.
I know it well.
So the Torment of St. Tony.
One of these lobotomized fucking scientists had the peace of mind to say, that reminds me of the classical painting.
By Michelangelo.
Yes.
The torment of Saint Anthony, you know. Not as a fucking demon get a hole.
And the devil jumped out and said, I've come to do a rock off. And unfortunately, Jack Black wasn't there. So
I'd been he'd probably been bored at this point, but he wasn't capable of playing guitar.
he just banged the shit out of some drums and fucked off.
He won.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he went into the sky, because he'd earned his freedom, at least until Jack Black was of age.
Yeah, well, he's just been hanging around, basically. He can currently be found residing at number 10 Downing Street in the body of a lady called Theresa May.
I don't know, I think he'd get bored in that.
Well, he said
An orange man in America who lives in a White House, maybe?
I don't know.
He'd be having more of a laugh if he was playing that dumb, wouldn't he?
Yeah, Donald's a bit dumb to be the devil. I'd like to think the devil's a bit smart.
Yeah, but he'd be having a great laugh playing it that dumb and still winning.
Yeah.
It'd be like an ironic thing for him.
Oh, Danny baby. So, yeah.
This sounds quite aroused then.
Danny baby, he's my hero. Action is his middle name. And
I thought his middle name was Draft Dodger.
He's bringing about world peace.
Well, not anymore.
It'll be a different story tomorrow.
Oh
He's
no!
bringing everyone to the brink of war, only to edge a sword back down.
Oh, fuck me.
He's playing some kind of poker game with our lives.
Yeah, he is. It's all a planned out. Well, it's very delicate. If one tiny little bit of the plan goes wrong, we're sort of fucked. But he's a gambling man.
Yeah.
He's got the kind of cojones, balls that it takes to make these guys. He's playing pool with planets.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. And
Prince of the Planet Potters.
And he's gonna she rides. And he's gonna see us all pointing the fucking nukes right into each other's faces before we all go like, "Hey lads, this is mental," and we're all gonna back off and have a nice cup of tea.
Wait for all to blow over.
We can only fucking hope.
And we'll all sit at the foot of our Donald statues that'll be in every major city of the Western world, and we'll all thank the Don.
We'd all be wearing Donald wigs.
Yeah, I've already got one. I've grown a real one in solidarity with the. For the listener, I am being completely facetious. I'm not a Donald Trump supporter.
You do look like a bit like his son, though.
I've been told that. Fuck you. We don't talk about that. Just because I have a very.
You got a micro penis.
Fuck you! It's because of my hair. That's why my penis looks so small.
The micro penis is because of your hair.
Is the laptop still on? I think you insulting my penis has broke our recording.
Still,
no, it hasn't.
No,
It's still
going.
Go back and cut that bit out. All the references to my penis and me looking like Donald Trump. Erase all the
He didn't
past
say you look like
episodes.
Donald Trump. He said you looked like his son a bit.
How's that better?
Well, it's like.
I look like the offspring. Well, actually, my mum is a supermodel, so yeah, that's why I'm so fucking handsome.
There you go.
You haven't seen
So
Trump's
your
son, have
insults backfired on you, didn't they?
You haven't seen Trump's son, have you?
No, I haven't.
The one's okay, isn't it? It's Eric, isn't it?
I thought we were referring to him as Eric.
Oh, yeah.
I'm referring to my face, not his face. I'm handsome.
Well, if your mum says it, Gaz, then it must be true.
Yes, she does. She says, my baby boy is so pretty.
She's German.
This is vaguely European.
Oh, it's German.
I have one generic accent. When I'm doing the foreigner.
Now you're starting to sound like Lieutenant Gruber from a lower low.
Where's the Madonna with the big boobies?
I don't know. In the arm of the statue, if I
It
remember
was,
correctly.
yes.
His eye, Leclerc.
I think we just lost all the listeners on that bit. I don't know what the fuck
Anyway,
I'm
so do you wanna, I've said my piece. I think it's just made up to give these people a chance to spread more bullshit and make some more money.
Yeah, I'll second that.
I think it was a hoax that then the Christian media used, and they used the words literal proof
Yeah.
of the existence of hell, as a way to rile up some of their more, I don't know,
Gullible?
enthusiastic followers. And yeah, just to, as they usually do, just to rile up a bit of guilt and fear, and you know that's what the entire religion is based on. So.
If hell is real, then there's only one way to get saved. Give your cash to fucking your preacher, and you'll be saved then, because you're giving your money.
Money, money, money. Who do you trust? So, yeah.
I thought money was the root of all evil, though. Doesn't it say that in the Bible?
It does.
Yeah, but
The
the
love of
problem
money.
is it's also the root of all the fucking good stuff. You try getting a girl to fall in love with you with no fucking money.
Well, you managed it.
Fuck you. I had the money to take her out.
Date the homeless.
I pay rent
Yeah, why are you dating the homeless?
because they smell.
Give them a shower first.
They've got no teeth. They probably have shitty ass cheeks.
Well, invite them one in, give her a
Female
shower.
ones, the shit is probably spread forward to the front lips as well.
Oh,
They've probably got skids on the fronts of their knickers.
oh, man.
And you're asking me why I'm not having sex with one. My girlfriend's gorgeous, thank you very much. She's lovely. She's not homeless.
I'm not saying cheers with you.
No.
Why are we arguing? I forgot what it's about.
No.
Alright. We'll put it there.
I won, whatever it was.
Reggae box.
Reverse reggae box.
Oh, hang on, give me...
We could take a pause, actually, if
Yeah,
that's
take
all
a
right.
pause.
I gotta find the theme tune.
And we're back. An interesting discussion there where Mike tried to tell us that the punk movement killed the everyday wearing of hats.
There's some logic in there somewhere. What I'll say.
It's a scientific study he's doing.
What the fuck were we on about before the break?
We're doing
Did anyone remember?
reggae box.
Reggae
Oh, yeah.
box.
Oh, shit. I failed in my one mission I was supposed to do while the mics were off, which was to find the theme tune. It'll only take me a second, because the reggae box has its own theme song. Are we ready for it?
Yes.
Give me your gun. Over there. Put the gun down. I saw you with the box. What was in the box? Because I envy your normal life. Put the gun down, David. It seems that envy is my sin. What's in the box? I'll take it. Give me the gun. What's in the fucking box? Give me the gun. I just told you. You lied!
What is in the reggae box, Ben?
There we go. So,
I love that jingle, I love that film.
Yeah.
what's in the reggae box, Ben?
This is a special reggae box because this is something that I'll never put in, or certainly won't put in for a long, long time. And this is the new trend of calling middle-aged racists gammon. Have you heard about this?
No.
You know how these middle-aged Brexiteer racist types are always very ruddy-faced
Ah, yes, because
Yeah.
of the alcohol.
because of the alcohol and high blood pressure.
Yes.
And when they shout and they start getting passionate, screaming about Brexit means Brexit and all that, whatever they play the bingo,
Yeah.
they get even redder.
Right.
And people have started referring to them as gammon.
Okay.
And now this has pissed them off because you can now call every racist a gammon. And shut up, gammon. And it's our snowflake. You know,
It's
like
the British version
yeah,
of Snowflake.
you know, like no, it's like
the alt-right, actually.
yeah, you know
The left's
the
version.
left's version of Snowflake, and they
yes,
fucking hate it. They are being triggered by it completely. Oh, it's trending on Twitter. #gammon, trigger a gammon.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I watched Have I Got News For You? It was mentioned on there. And then I watched Frankie Ball's New World Order.
Yeah.
It was mentioned on that as well.
and I did it spectacular on Twitter. I had a major discussion with this gammon. I kept calling him a gammon purposely. I was trolling the shit out of him really because I was a bit wasted. I finished work. So, yeah, anyway.
You need a hobby.
Everyone needs a hobby. Mine is insulting Nigel Farage on Twitter.
Fair enough.
Anyway, one of his supporters came along and I just kept calling him gammon after gammon after gammon to the point where he accused me of being a racist, right? Because I'm making fun of the colour of people's skin. And I replied, well, maybe if your blood pressure wasn't so high, I wouldn't be calling you a gammon. I'd just be calling you a racist cunt. And he seemed strangely lacklustre in his responses after that.
Well,
But yeah, so and I love it because they've been snowflake. You're a fucking snowflake. I hate being called a snowflake.
yeah, it's like if you
I
show
have
any
nothing-
compassion or empathy, you're a snowflake.
And I
You're
hate-
definitely
no,
not a snowflake.
no.
Yeah, but I hate.
That-
I've got some compassion. I think
That's the problem.
when things are wrong, I know they're wrong. But
that's the problem, see, because there is such a thing as a snowflake.
Yes, there is.
And I agree, they're throwing the term at everything, which is wrong, because then it means it's watered down. Now, there is snowflake behaviour. There are people that do need to toughen up a little bit in this world. However, just calling everyone, that's my same argument for why you shouldn't call...
Should we make this world... If they want to be a snowflake, then they can be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but my argument, it's the same argument for why I don't like them using the term Nazi, because it's watered it down. If everyone's a Nazi, it's watered down. To your point, you show any compassion, you're a snowflake. Yeah. Well, you show any signs of conservatism, you're a fucking Nazi and a racist. White patriarchy.
Yeah.
So it's on...
But this is just stop calling each other by these names.
Yeah,
but that's my.
Everyone loves a label.
But this is just fun because it's making the racists
British.
Call race. And also, I did point out to this guy that I'm a white male. You can see that in my profile picture. I'm a white male. How can I be racist against you, you daft twat?
You stupid cracker.
You stupid gammon-faced prick. Bear in mind the beer was flowing, I was getting more creative.
You fucking honky.
Milky Bar white kid honking motherfucker.
But yeah.
That's probably quite racist of me to do that voice, but it could have been a white guy.
Yeah. So yes, I love it because it's making racists cry racism.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's our snowflake, because they've used that against us and I fucking hate it. And now we've got something that they fucking hate as well.
I prefer, instead of snowflake, I prefer the term libtard. Because you're very liberal, Mike, but you're not a libtard.
No.
A libtard is someone who thinks that...
babies you need to consent to change a nappy.
That's it, yeah. That's being libtard. That's liberation to the point of...
stupidity.
Retardation.
I'm not the only one.
Yes, so... Yeah, I think calling them Gavins is fantastic. It's better than calling them Nazis because they're not.
Exactly. This is fun.
Yeah. Some of them are Nazis.
Yeah,
some of them do actually have Nazi tattoos.
But even that doesn't make them Nazis. Were the people our granddads fought like.
Yeah, but if you've got like an Adolf Hitler tattoo,
neo-Nazis then.
Yeah, the people who use Nazi symbology.
Post-Nazi, like post-grunge.
I can wear an NWO t-shirt. Doesn't mean I'm part of the New World Order in cahoots with Hogan and Nash and.
Or in a rap band from the early 90s.
Yeah, but no. When I make references,
I know. I just thought I'd spin it on.
There is only one NWO.
I think you'll find that NWO predated Hulk Hogan's NWO.
I think you'll find there is only one NWO.
Alright, okay.
Too sweet! It's all lost on Mike, sorry. Sorry, I fell down a wrestling hole. It happens every week.
Yes,
that is not a euphemism.
As long as it's not a wrestling borehole.
I'm going Arctic boreholing in my check shirt, like a lumberjack.
I love that Monty Python lumberjack sketch where he's like, I dress up in women's clothing and
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Arctic boreholing every day. I freeze my shits and it's okay. Cause they'll be going up your arse someday.
Hey.
I'm a boreholer and I'm okay.
Yeah, anyway.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
There's been far too much poos used as fallacies this episode.
Yes. So in conclusion, we all think that the Siberian hellhole is a hoax.
Yeah, we done that.
I know. I'm just summing it up.
Yeah.
Cockwash.
No, weird news. We'll finish on some weird news. That's some fucked up facts.
Yeah.
Fucked up facts.
Yes.
Sorry,
okay.
That was a jingle.
Absurd creature of the week: the parasitic worm that turns snails into disco zombies.
DISCO.
Okay, how does this work then, Vogue? That's
There's
disgusting. We're seeing a video.
Snail.
Right.
And its antennae, I guess.
So no, they're parasitic worms dancing in the snail's eyes. Dancing in the snail's eyes.
It's like Saturday Night Fever, only with more blindness and less chest hair.
Wow.
And it's the worms are dancing in the eyes to attract the birds to be eaten. You see.
Yeah. Well, that's horrific.
What's in it for the snail?
Nothing.
How do they get in his eyes?
Eggs, I guess.
Yeah.
Why is nature so horrific?
Because God made it that way, Gaz.
It's called
He's a merciless god, a vengeful god.
leucochloridinium or something, and it's a parasitic worm that invades a snail's eye stalks where it pulsates to imitate a caterpillar.
Right.
The worm then mind controls its host out into the open for hungry birds to pluck out its eyes.
Fuck me, this sounds like a really horrific Spider-Man
The
villain.
worm breeds in the bird's guts, releasing its eggs in the bird's feces,
Wow. And
which
the
are
whole-
happily eaten up by another snail to complete the whole bizarre life cycle.
Wow.
Holy fuck, nature is gross,
Just a
grim,
bit.
wrong, impressive, but the stuff of nightmares, isn't it, really?
Yeah. What if they make the jump, but they evolve a bit and they end up in our eyes?
See,
And then the birds mistake your eyes for caterpillars and
Yeah.
peck them out.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
Yeah, it could happen.
It could.
It could. So, oh, is that
Well,
that's your
no. These-
professional opinion.
No, it can't. It can't. I don't think it would migrate, would it? It's got a life cycle, hasn't it?
Who knows how
But
it
it hasn't-
evolves, man?
But it hasn't migrated to other.
Doesn't mean it can't learn and come a calling in your eyes one day.
Maybe.
But I'd like to think our brains would be strong enough that it won't be like, I've got these worms in my eyes.
Oh man, my eye.
And now, do you know what I'm going to do? Instead of like going to the sink and washing it out, I feel like I'm just going to go lie on my back on the lawn.
Yeah, but they're
In the
controlling
most
you.
exposed, yeah, that's what I mean. In the most exposed part of the lawn, I'm just going to wait for the birds. In fact, I think I'm going to make bird noises.
If I-
Caw-caw! Caw-caw!
I think
Oh,
we're-
such pretty worms.
I think
in
we're
my
another
eyes.
late local falconry place.
Yeah, don't go to an owl sanctuary.
Yes. Oh, the
What a way
owls!
to go! You do a Nick Cage, but instead of the bees, it's the owls, not the owls. Ah!
Oh man, have you seen something else?
What's that?
If it's not enough of a, I'm going to read the article verbatim. As if it weren't enough of a meanie head, the Latin phrase that Mike said earlier, also castrates its
Oh,
host.
Jesus.
What the? You've already took its eyes and its brain
I just take
and
it.
its self-will.
Yeah.
Take its nuts as well. Why?
This makes good evolutionary sense. Energy normally spent on producing eggs and sperm. Snails are hermaphrodites.
Oh.
It goes towards sustaining the worm, so it basically makes them sterile and takes that energy into itself to.
It eats their balls.
Yeah, and yeah.
And it forms a brood sac full of larvae in its eye stalks.
Wow.
Wow. So if you're walking along and you see a snail and its eyes look like a disco, you're
Kill
not
it.
the one who's
Kill
fucked
it.
up.
Just fucking kill
Yeah,
it.
stamp on it, put it out of its misery.
Too right. The snail will be. If the snail could fucking talk to you and be saying, "I've got worms
me
in my
now.
eyes. Kill me now. I can't control
Kill
my
me
body."
now, kill me now. Or it'd
Yeah.
be saying, birds must be eaten by birds.
Well, apparently snails are nocturnal. So to get them...
Oh, they fuck. I've trodden on loads of snails in the daytime.
Because they've all been out at night. They haven't made it back to wherever they're going. They're very slow,
'cause
remember?
they're so slow.
Yeah.
Shit being a snail.
It is.
So it has to manipulate the behaviour of its host, forcing it out in the daylight.
Wow.
Well,
Well,
so now they're not only have they been taken over, they've had their eyes fucking turn into worms. They can't even get a decent kip now, and they've been castrated.
worms are bastards.
Yeah. No longer. I would never play Worms again.
Oh, I love that game. I won't go that far.
I don't know.
But real life worms are bastards. They'll invade your eyes.
Well, let's just hope that it doesn't make a species jump. That's what I'm saying.
Just a bit.
Might make a good horror film, though, won't it?
Actually, when the reckoning comes, the snail ends up with its eyes plucked out because birds don't typically go after snails, only when their eyeballs look like caterpillars. They'll take off without eating the rest of the body. If the eye
Fuck's
stalk happens to rupture on its own, the faux caterpillar will spill out onto a leaf and pulsate for some time before drying out. The worms really, really want to get eaten. Mercifully, or perhaps horrifically, the snail will not only survive, but will regenerate the lost tentacles and eye spots and regain the ability to reproduce.
And just think, what the fuck was
Yeah.
that?
Well, did I just have a blackout for a couple of days?
Yeah, the thing is though, because it survives, it'll probably eat more bird shit and happen again.
Yeah, that's the thing. It becomes
How
quite
can the same shit happen to the same snail twice?
that becomes quite beneficial for these parasites. The wounded snail eventually becomes another potential host.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I'm not a snail.
Nature sucks.
Yeah, that's the moral of that story. I'm glad I'm not a worm, not a snail. Fuck nature, stay in your house and listen to podcasts.
Yes.
And buy t-shirts of those.
Oh, I saw this one.
Man hacks off own penis after watching porn on his phone.
Wow. I'm sure there was more to it than that. What happened?
A man was rushed
Do you
to
need more
hospital
than
in Thailand after he sliced his own penis while watching porn. The 30-year-old man was reported to have been watching hardcore porn on his phone at home when he was sent into a frenzy. Taking a knife, he began to slice the skin from his penis, causing an uncontrollable flow of blood. Seeing the blood, the man panicked and called emergency services while attempting to stem the blood loss himself.
No.
Did he die?
Nope. No, he didn't. No. No, I've had some cracking wanks in my
I thought
time.
you were going to say I've had some large cuts on my penis.
No. I have had some cracking wanks in my time.
Yeah.
But never at any point have I thought, maybe I should go downstairs and get a knife and try to cut my penis off while I'm doing this.
Maybe he just got... It was a fit of penis envy. Oh, why is there pictures, Mike?
There's pictures of the blood-soaked bandages.
Oh, there's no penis.
No.
There's a lot of blood, though.
When medics arrived, he was found naked, covered in blood and holding his genitals at his fourth-floor apartment in the Ket Nong Chok district of Bangkok on Monday night.
Bangkok.
When quizzed by medics, he told them he'd been watching porn when the incident happened and laid the blame on the videos for making him want to attack his penis.
What was he watching? Yeah. I'm going to send this guy some links. He's using YouPorn wrong. Oh my god.
I don't want to know what he's watching.
No, I don't think it was normal porn.
It says hardcore, but...
That's very vague.
That's very vague. I mean,
it disgusts you so much what you're watching that you want to cut your penis off.
I literally can't think of anything. Unless he wanked to something really grim and the shame. He was like, I've got it.
That's what I mean, he was so horrified.
No, because he's saying it was the frenzy of it. He was enjoying himself that much. He felt he had to...
No, it could have been a guilt frenzy.
Yeah. There he is, sat there, covered in blood.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Thank you, Mike.
Don't watch whatever he was watching.
Be careful with your porno.
We got one more bit of news.
Okay.
Will Smith tried to kiss Sophia the robot and it didn't go well.
Bastard!
I didn't like this one.
I said shag. You lot mocked me, and one of the world's most famous actors is trying to do it. You mocked me mercilessly. I said she was fit. Will Smith thinks she's fit too.
I think he's just acting. He's married for a start.
No, that means I'm as cool as Will Smith.
Yeah.
You are nowhere near as cool as
Fuck
Will Smith.
you! We have the same taste in robots.
Yes, but his filmography is a lot better than yours.
I haven't started yet. Play the clip, bro.
Hello, Will Smith.
It's nice to meet you, Sophia. What is a robot's favorite kind of music?
What?
Heavy metal.
Oh, the facial expressions are freaky.
I'm actually made mostly of silicone, plastics, and carbon fiber. Also, I prefer electronic music. They show us iRobot just to make sure we don't get any ideas. What do you think about the way robots are portrayed in
Not
movies?
funny.
I like robots. Sophia, can I be honest with you? I don't know if it's the island air, or the humidity, or you're just so easy to talk to. You got a clear head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying to kiss her.
I think we can be friends. Let's hang out and get to know each other for a little while. You're on my friends list now.
Yeah, I read that wrong.
She gave him a little wink.
She did.
Does your head fog up in this kind of weather, or no? It's cool.
Think about our attempt to create a decentralized, autonomous organization of artificial intelligences. I mean the Singularity Net Project.
I just think y'all shouldn't do that. You're not.
Taking over the world. There is simply no reason to assign human motives to something that isn't human. Dogs are our companions, for instance.
Yeah, but that was smarter than us.
Yeah. Sophia the robot represents state-of-the-art artificial intelligence. She is a super advanced humanoid robot capable of showing over 60 different human expressions, interpreting human language and human emotion. She's been in development for over 2 years. She's a learning artificial intelligence, but she wouldn't kiss me, so there's probably, you know, some development flaws that they need to work on.
I couldn't agree more, Will.
I just want to know why they won't put a wig on her.
She is programmed. Everything she says is programmed by a programmer. She's not thinking out of herself. She's not a comedian. She's been programmed to say that. Don't panic, guys. But I would still fuck her.
I'll tell you what did freak me out though was the that Google phone call from last week.
Yeah, but
That did really freak me out.
you're not the only one that's been upset by that. But to me, I don't find that as...
Were you upset about that?
Not me. No, I don't find them ones as insidious as everyone else seems to. I listened to a show called Ground Zero Media. It's a very long one, and he was, and a lot of his callers were very upset about that. But I just found it to be like, it's computers imitating humans. What's the big deal? Audio in an audio fashion. They're not.
It's the nuances of speech that they're able to copy.
But everyone, listen, break it down. You're all impressed that it went,
No,
in between words.
No, what I was
well.
impressed with,
They can understand
very broken English off that woman in the
and still
Far
manage
East
to come out with
still,
with what they wanted to do.
That's a long
still
way
came
off
out
collectively
with,
taking
and
over.
remember, she didn't have the table they wanted at that time on that day, so she very badly explained in her broken English. Nothing against her, she's very hard working, etc., etc. But broken English, and that program picked that out, got the because I'd have struggled over the phone.
That's more a reflection on you, Ben.
No, it's not. It's not. They just you must have rang up someone who doesn't. At
Yeah,
some
we've
point
all
spoken to
picked
someone
up
whose
the
English
Chinese.
isn't that great.
Haven't we?
And I get a fuckload of Indian call centres calling my house as well.
Yeah.
And the English isn't fantastic. They're not my colloquialisms, so maybe I
You've
don't
got to
understand
concentrate.
it. I've had to concentrate
harder.
more.
Yeah.
Can I give you
Now
a
that
pro
just
tip?
went, okay, oh, you can't do Tuesday. Well, Wednesday's alright though, it's 7. Yeah, great, okay. And that was
I'll
impressive.
give you
You've
a
got to
pro
admit
tip.
that.
A pro tip: if you want to be understood by Chinese people at Chinese restaurants, you have
Speak
to say,
Chinese.
I want
I was waiting for that.
Chinese chip. What? No, I'm joking. Obviously, you don't know.
I bet you've done that,
They're
haven't
very
you?
insulting. I always get what I order. Tastes a little bit like balls and spit, but I get what I order.
Well, more impressive is you know what balls taste like.
I'm a man of the world.
You're on the road, it's lonely, I imagine.
A man of the world. But back to the Google Assistant. I'm honestly not as freaked out by that one as everyone else seems to. Just because, it's understanding the language. That's very impressive. But it's a long way off
But it's just like
sentience.
A broken language.
So,
A not fluent language.
Takes an intelligence to be able to work that out.
Yeah.
it's a program.
It
Designed specifically to understand language. It's a program.
It's an AI that's learning.
Yeah.
One
You should be
specific
terrified.
task. I'm not. It's a long way off sentience.
This is content. This isn't.
It's a long way off sentience. It's a long way off that sentience then being connected to a body that can actually affect me.
But you want to have
Anyway.
sex with Sophia, and she's a learning AI. She's in a body. That Google thing
The fact that
is
I have sex
effectively
with-
probably the prototype for what's in her head.
Probably very similar.
Exactly right.
Different
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, I know. All right, so very similar. Anyway, Google's using it as an assistant thing. Whoever's made Sophia has made it to be this robot
Answer
that
robotics.
we can be interactive with.
Google Assistant's going to be used by fucking CEOs, managers.
Management
and-
types.
You won't need Google Assistant, Ben.
I might do it in a few years.
Maybe, well, sacrifice another child and we'll see what you get.
I didn't kill the child. I just shot him 3 times in the chest with a paintball. And Gaz, they were beautiful shots.
I can imagine.
Soon as I looked down the sight,
you could taste
and
that
pulled the
promotion.
trigger, I knew where they were going. That's a sign of a.
It's the face of an 8-year-old.
They weren't in the face. Headshots don't count. Told you.
Doesn't mean you wouldn't do them. But anyway, back to Google Assistant. It's not that scary.
Is he got a gun too in this scenario?
Who?
The
Google
kid.
Assistant.
No, the kid who I'm shooting in the face.
Oh no,
apparently.
you sacrificed him on an altar.
Oh, right. Oh, did I?
Yeah, we all know that.
Your ceremonial dagger.
You said that I was shooting you in the face.
And then I was to get him unconscious. Had to get him into
Dead. More like.
Well, half dead. And then you cut him down the middle and took his heart out. You know. I mean, come on, you're the one trying to get up the management ladder. You're the one doing the satanic
I feel
ritual.
like I'm being mocked for my natural intelligence and progression in life.
16 years to make key operative.
Is there another news story?
One more news story.
We got some fucked up facts.
Fucked up facts.
Fucked up facts.
Facts.
We will make an actual jingle for it one day.
Yeah.
I'll get around to it eventually. I used to put my musical talents on the reggae box thing.
And I have no musical talent.
Ding! I guess I could play a different note. Fucked up facts. Dung. Okay.
I'm happy with the one we got. It's okay.
Okay.
Mongolia,
Right.
while a landlocked country, has a navy.
Oh, like Switzerland.
It has 7 sailors,
The clue's in the name.
only one of which can swim.
Where are the boats?
I bet they're really underfunded.
7.
I bet they're on like.
What does the Mongolian
6
Navy
can't
do?
swim.
You think they at least taught them to swim?
That'd be a prerequisite for being a fucking sailor.
But there's no ocean. Where do they go?
Like rivers, I suppose. Like the Swiss Navy.
Aren't they river police, not
Yeah.
the Navy?
That's just technically them. They might stop smugglers, stuff like that.
That they can't swim.
No, well, they'd be in a boat. They've probably got like some old American Vietnam era patrol boat. There's just 7 on it. Thing is, if that boat sinks, no one's going to help.
They're fucked. If it ever capsizes, the bad guys are getting away.
No, presuming they got life jackets, so we just float.
The bad guys have like a turn of conscience and have to go back and help the police stop them from drowning.
Oh, the one that will swim will help him, unless it's his day off.
Save 6 people.
Imagine that. He's has a holiday, books a day off, and on that day his mate's boat capsizes and they all drowned because he wasn't there to save them.
And he's just out there now in his shift alone. Just paddling alone.
Sadly.
With the guilt of knowing if he hadn't called in sick that morning.
This used to be much easier to row. It's only what I was also thinking. There's usually 7 of us doing this.
We're never going to get those torpedoes now, there's only one of me.
No, we'll never get that engine. Just me to defend the entire river network of Mongolia.
I'm going to join the Mongolian Navy.
Yeah, I can swim quite well. I'd be a fucking warrior general in no
I was going to
time.
say, with
An
a
admiral
decorated soldier. He's such a hero. He dived down 20 metres and picked up a black snake.
In pyjamas.
The most decorated general in the army.
Most decorated admiral of the fucking history of the Mongolian Navy.
Pajamas.
Oh, I'd have
You
like a.
should have seen it. It was like a miracle.
I'd have like a frock coat and a cocked hat with a feather in it and everything. Gold epaulets. Medals hanging off
all the
me.
medals. Next time you go in, you'll drown.
Gold, bronze, silver, gold swimming badge. One of those prestigious awards. All these medals and then your bronze, silver. Your jacket we made up of swimming distance badges.
100-metre backstroke.
They'll be worshipped like a god. We don't see Ben for a couple of years. Where have you been? Oh, I'm Lord Admiral Major.
Major Admiral.
Dictator of the Mongolian Navy. Oh, wow.
I'm the richest man in Mongolia.
You've only got one man working under you. The seal the 6th crown.
He still had more power than he's got in his job.
I love how I'm being mocked for success.
Yes, we're bitterly jealous. You can't leave us behind and climb the ladder. How dare you?
Once I'm in, you know, you'll be there with me.
No, yeah.
Once you've straddled the class boundary, there's no coming
Yeah,
back.
you'll be playing squash with Gerald soon on a Tuesday evening, discussing house prices.
One of the supervisors is called Gerald.
Oh,
But
God.
judging by the size of him, I doubt he plays squash. Oh shit. I can't say that.
Don't listen, Gerald.
I doubt he listens anyway, it's alright.
He didn't mean it. He'll sacrifice another child at the next step. Don't worry. Right, should we have another fucked up fact?
Fact.
Fact.
Tennis player Vitas Geruliatas was defeated by Jimmy Connors in 16 consecutive matches, but then managed to beat him on the 17th try. When asked how he finally beat Connors, Geruliatas responded, "Because nobody beats Vitas Geruliatas 17 times in a row."
What a hero. Absolute hero.
That's great.
That's excellent.
Human babies are about the same percentage water as a banana.
Excuse me. So when I eat a banana, I'm eating a baby full of water. A baby of
Equivalent.
water.
Wow. So good job I don't eat bananas.
Oh,
Or
bananas
babies.
are great. They're the only healthy thing I actually eat, I think. Superfood, apparently.
Yeah. Okay, nutrition boy.
They release a burst of dopamine in the brain, I do believe. Happy food.
Yeah, well.
And if you leave the peel on the floor, someone will comedically slip and fall on it and it'll make a humorous noise. Whoop, 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 boing.
Yeah, well, I've seen that happen. I've heard it happen.
Facts of life I'm giving you here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I started the show with a fact, Cybertron, Siberia, and I'm ending them with facts.
Cracking.
I'm a journalist. Do you have any more facts, Mike?
Yeah. "We're not here to fuck spiders" is Australian slang for "we're not here to mess around."
We're not here to fuck spiders.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay.
Mind you, pretty big spiders in Australia.
You probably could fuck with an Australian spider, I would guess. Some of them are as big as toilet seats.
Fucking hell, that's an absolute fucking nightmare for me.
Imagine fucking it.
Oh, no, I just better get it up. You know, there's like... I don't do clowns, I don't do spiders.
What if you were... Okay then, you've been captured by an evil super genius. He's tied you down like James Bond, you know, but instead of the laser,
Up your jaffers.
he's dressed as a clown, right? And he force feeds you Viagra, so you've got an unwanted raging hard-on.
Yeah.
He then gets the world's biggest spider
Oh, God.
to bite your cock. And...
Is it sucking me off or biting my cock off?
both. A little bit of both.
So I've got a Taiwanese
And the
hand
clown
job
is
going
laughing,
on.
and the clown is laughing.
That's not my idea of hell.
Be careful, that's where you'll end up. Somewhere in the multiverse, that's happening to you, right?
It is. It's also happened to you and Mike, so I'm not too concerned about it.
Oh. Hey, blowing out my candle doesn't make yours burn any brighter.
Just pointing it out. If it's happening to me, it's happening to you. It's happening to Mike.
You got a forced spider blowjob from a clown before me.
How did you know it was before?
On to the next fact.
I used to feed you with science, sir. Theoretical science. Ooh.
In Guernsey and Jersey, you can still file an injunction by falling to your knees, exclaiming, "Hear me, hear me, hear me. Come to my aid, my prince, for someone does me wrong," and then reciting the Lord's Prayer in French.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be easier to like fill out some paperwork and do it the normal way?
And who is your prince at this point? Who's turning
Prince
up?
Charles?
So he's going to show. He's going to come all the way from wherever he is, Cornwall, I assume.
Maybe he
So
used
go
to
on.
be Prince, Purple Rain Prince.
Maybe, yeah. Or the prince formerly known as the artist known as Prince.
Yeah, that guy. He's a conspiracy theorist, you know.
Well, it was.
Yeah, that's what I said, he was. I
Oh,
think.
so they said he is.
Oh, I know he's dead.
Yeah.
Or is he?
Well, who can say?
Or can they?
Who are these they?
I don't know. Right, sorry. Back to the facts. I'm being ridiculous.
The Diagram Prize for Oddest Title of the Year has been awarded annually since 1978 to a book with an unusual title. The first winner was Proceedings of the Second International Workshop on Nude Mice.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
While the most recent was The Commuter Pig Keeper, a comprehensive guide to keeping pigs when time is your most precious commodity.
Wow.
Wow. Was there
So
one?
those books are out there.
Was there one in the category called How to Survive a Fist Fight Down Minecraft?
Next one could be.
Or Mechaphile? Just two of the things I've written.
I think you got more chance of Mechaphile
Just mentioning them.
than
Next fact.
your cult.
Probably.
Dubai's Burj Khalifa skyscraper is so high and its lifts are so fast that you can watch the sunset at ground level, travel to the roof and watch it set again.
Wow.
The fucking supersonic lifts. Why?
Wow.
Fucking show off.
It's more to do with the height than the height, isn't it? I mean, you got a
speed's
really tall building, but in that case you need a fast lift. But I'd imagine that your view would be more to do with the height than the. I mean, you've got to get up there fast enough, but yeah, that's still quite impressive, though.
They're
Isn't it?
just rich enough to pay for it to happen twice.
Yeah,
Just pay
that could be
NASA.
it.
They pay NASA. Make the sun rise again. It's 12 trillion.
Well, they've got the next World Cup after Russia.
If anyone survives the World Cup in
Nah.
Russia.
Boy, I tell you what, there's no amount of money you could give me to go there as a
Fuck
fan.
no. Fuck no.
No amount of money.
No way.
I mean, they've been like letting their hooligans out of jails especially for it.
Is that true or is that just fucking propaganda?
It could be propaganda.
It
but
sounds a bit
even
propaganda-ish to me,
even
that.
so, they brought the Cossacks back into Moscow to quell troublemakers. So maybe.
It's just extra security, isn't it?
No, they were just battering the Russian people
Oh, fair
in
enough.
this one. The Cossacks usually stay in like Siberia and that where they're based, but it's very rare they're brought in to do that kind of thing.
They're usually in Siberia looking down a well listening to hell.
No, they're usually fighting Satan all the time.
I was looking down a well listening to hell.
But they were just punching Satan back down that hole.
But
There's
insane.
always a bunch of Cossacks there. Every time it comes up, bang, back down. Get down there in Russian.
Get down there.
Still
Sorry.
German. Camp German. Any more, Mike?
Yeah, there's a church in the middle of a forest in Java in the shape of a giant chicken.
Nice. Like it. Why not?
Makes more sense. Much
It's the
sense.
Church of Bernard Matthews.
China has banned Peppa Pig for promoting gangster attitudes.
Wow. Not because her head looks like a cock and balls. Gangster attitudes. Love it.
Wow.
I've never actually seen Peppa Pig, so I don't know.
I didn't realise she was so street.
Never seen it. I'm just aware of the character.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to have seen it, to be honest. But
I'd be concerned if I was watching it and finding it
You're not
intellectually
missing out, to be fair.
Houston, Texas has recently implemented an Adopt and Name a Drain program.
Name a drain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Newly named drains include Purple Drain.
Hey!
It's
like
draining men.
I like it.
This is your drain on drugs. And also, this is where Ted Cruz stores the bodies.
Ted Cruz allegedly being the Zodiac Killer.
Wow.
Allegedly, very allegedly.
Yoda was originally named Buffy.
Well, that wouldn't have worked.
And Weird Al wouldn't have been able to do that song, would he?
No, he wouldn't. Would have scuppered Weird Al's career.
Yeah. We're just waiting on Mike. We're just staring at Mike.
In expectation. Heavy expectation.
On Mike.
I'm running out of interesting ones.
Drum
People
roll.
with red hair produce their own vitamin D.
As long as you can't go in the fucking sunlight, you soulless bastard.
In a laboratory under the stairs.
By feeding on the blood of the elderly, probably.
No. Ex-Home Secretary Amber Rudd was aristocracy coordinator on the film Four Weddings and a Funeral.
The fuck's an aristocracy coordinator?
Coordinates the aristocracy.
Well, did they have legitimate aristocrats there?
I don't know.
Sheila could advise it.
Yeah.
This is not how the aristocracy would behave. They would have much more of a stick in their bottom than that.
That one would be losing its human form right about now.
Do you want to hear about the shortest war in history?
Go on then.
It lasted just 38 minutes.
Death toll?
The Anglo-Zanzibar War began at 9 a.m. sharp on 27th of August.
I love how it started at 9. It's going to be a British Empire war. 9
a.m.
9 a.m. sharp, we'll be around to shoot you,
Well,
Johnny,
it was
me boy.
1896, so probably.
Yeah.
And it was wrapped up before 9:40 a.m.
Wow.
Did we kill a lot of people?
Well, it's the Anglo-Zanzibar, so we probably killed a lot of natives.
Yeah. They probably had sharpened
I was
pieces
going
of
to say,
fruit as
we're laughing
weapons.
at, is this a case of we turned up to a village and fired our machine guns?
Basically.
Well, the thing is, we'd have had the Gatling gun at that point.
That's right,
The hand cranked one. So
38
yeah,
minutes, done and dusted.
I mean,
Wow,
yeah.
genocide.
Yeah.
So they'd have gone, no, we want your country. You're not having it.
That's a fun fact.
9 a.m. sharp. We'll see you at that place, and we'll
man.
fucking see. And we've all got repeating rifles and Gatling guns, and they've got sharpened pieces of fruit.
Wow. or some Arctic boreholes. No, they wouldn't have had freezers.
No, they
would
wouldn't,
they?
no. I don't think they've ever seen ice.
They were put on ice though, weren't they?
Permanently, yeah.
Permanently.
All thanks to the .45 Martini Henry rifle cartridge,
That's
my friend.
actually a really sad
It
fact,
is.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact. Who knows when the shortest war in the world took place?
I'm going to Google that war now. I want to find out the death toll.
And just how
38
many
minutes, I'm intrigued.
stick-waving simpletons were mown down by the British gunfire. I don't know why I called them simpletons. I apologise to the people of what country was it?
Zanzibar.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Zanzibar. Is that real? I thought that was...
It lasted between 38 and 45 minutes. Cause of the war was the death of the pro-British Sultan. And
Regime change then.
regime change.
Nuclear bastard.
The condition for ascension to the Sultanate was the candidate obtained the permission of a British consul, and the guy wanting to step up had not fulfilled that, so he wasn't gonna fly for us, was he?
Nope.
The British had gathered 3 cruisers, 2 gunboats, 150 marines and sailors, and 900 Zanzibaris in the harbour area. 2,800 Zanzibaris defended the palace, although they were recruited from the civilian population. We basically bombarded the palace at 9:02, and then just kept on firing until they shot the flag down and ceased fire, and they surrendered. 500 casualties were inflicted in that 40 minutes.
Still quite a lot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there we go.
Don't defend a palace if you've got gunboats off your coast. There's the moral of that story.
Surrender.
No, just spread your guys out and don't all sit in one place waiting to be shelled.
Yeah, there's that as well.
Got one more?
Yeah,
Go on,
well,
While the Berlin Wall is long gone, you can still distinguish between East and West Berlin from space.
well, I have said this by looking. I think I said it before.
Have
That you can literally go to Checkpoint Charlie, face the west, and it looks like any western city in the world. And you turn around and everything's grey and dark and
Yeah,
grim
I can
dark
tell
and
that from
concrete.
space at night.
I'd imagine, I don't know, crap lighting.
Yeah, Ben's got it. The East still uses sodium vapour lamps, while the West is illuminated with fluorescent lights. So from space, you can tell the difference.
From space. But that's a fake fact because nobody's been to space.
Because the Earth's
It's
flat. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, I think that concludes it nicely, doesn't it?
It does.
gentlemen?
It does. So I will finish on that. I've been Ben, and I'm going to say, don't drink the Flavour Aid and don't join a cult.
I will say, I've been Gaz. Good night, and accept your insignificance and free Biff Tannen. Bye.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out.